Good morning. Sorry about the slight delay. Was a little bit running long when I hit the start stream button, and I forgot to immediately hit the run ad button when I first started it up, so I had to wait until that was fully done, so the pre-rolls thing was all off. You can blame Twitter, because I saw that they announced a new DLC slash expansion slash standalone for Elden Ring, so... And yes, I did see that, Ten, when Witcher 4 has been announced. It will be interesting to see that. Funnily enough, that's a franchise I might have to do on stream because I have not played the Witcher series. Let's go ahead and open this up. Definitely something to consider in the future. But yes, I heard Witcher 4 was announced. The Elden Ring DLC Night Rain has also been announced. Interesting to see how that goes.
Of course.
I do not remember where we were.
I'll take care
Are
of
you,
this.
Steward? Apparently he doesn't want to talk to me right now. Okay, so, and we've got Aloth and Adir down here. Good to see you, buddies.
Thank you again for maintaining my story in front of Vanessa and the others.
Elden Ring co-op survival game apparently not canon. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical about the actual details, but it's from Soft. They've earned a little bit of leeway from me. Not gonna say that I'm gonna pre-order it or anything, because I'm probably not, but I'm at least willing to hear them out. Also, they put Nameless King in the trailer. They knew what they were fucking doing. He gives you a grateful smile that fades almost as quickly as it appears.
I didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler than the alternative.
I like this. She's even listening from over here. I actually really like that more game. Like, I haven't even seen all of this, but more games need to do this kind of stuff. We need reactivity between companions. Outer Worlds 2 coming out next year, the same year as Avowed. Obsidian's going hard. I hope it does well. I remember watching gameplay and seeing some early story stuff for Outer Worlds 1, and I was just flatly not impressed. So, I hope Obsidian does well. Where were we? Yep. That would probably be a good one. Benevolent or honest? I think we'll go with honest. Keeping up a lie is never simple, Aloth. And you should know that better than anyone.
Believe me, I take no pleasure in duplicity.
Well, it's good to hear that that's how you feel now. So what exactly were you doing out there in the first place?
After we parted, I set out to destroy the Leaden Key.
Adir gives a nod and a wink. Okay, good. So Adir... Again, I love this, that Adir's just like, oh, fuck, man. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it.
Oh, it's nice to see Aloth actually growing up, so to speak. Oh, hold on. I need to adjust my mic. There we go. Testing. There we go. Okay, it's good. It's still in the right spot on my audio meter.
So for 5 years, I've been tracking down Leaden Key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret.
He knits his brow, while a thoughtful Jyoti rubs a knuckle along the edge of her jaw.
Trying to undo them.
Benevolent. No. Just make sure that they can't commit an atrocity like Widewind's legacy. He gives you a wan smile.
The task has been more difficult than I anticipated. I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make, or the burden of living with them.
Aloth, did you make some morally dubious decisions while hunting down the evil cult?
It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours.
Is there any way I can help, friend?
I wish I knew. After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations.
I'm sensing a but.
Perhaps this would be easier with an example.
What do you mean?
I went to a village in Old Valia. A run-down backwater river place. Aye, right home like it was.
Aloth's expression shifts as Esomir briefly emerges. Yep, past the duration of Aloth Corvus's soul, Esomir was a brash, foul-speaking elven woman who lived in Adir long ago. She awakened in his soul after his father attacked him, and has frequently gotten him into trouble with her cheeky comments and aggressive behavior. Good to see she's still around.
Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome, pointless tradition. At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
Even the leaden key is not so insane as to create something for no reason. This ritual must have had some kind of purpose in their mind, correct?
Yes, but the specifics depended on whom you asked. Some thought it would ward off Scan, or bring Berth's favor on their village, or Gon's blessing to their crops.
Drugs. Ah, okay. So, of course, that makes sense. The leaden key wasn't just reinforcing one god in particular. They want to reinforce the pantheon as a whole. So, of course, they would create a tradition that was open-ended and would be adaptable to anyone of any faith.
The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos.
He raises an eyebrow at you. Let me guess, the old man was part of the leaden key.
Wicked old bunbag, 'tis what the lad means.
He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his influence, they'd be free from the bloodletting too.
Let me guess, it didn't go the way you thought. Old man, wait, where's Durrance? Like, Durrance would be caught dead in Old Valia, Tenwyn. Man was Deerwood to the core. There was no way in hell he was going to leave that country.
So I arranged for him to have an accident.
He gives you a sly look. Irked, Jyoti runs her tongue over her teeth. It seems a bit too close to one of Theos's dirty tricks, Aloth. I would have expected you to act with a little more honor.
I did it for the right reasons. Not that this changed much.
Aloth, I want you to very carefully reread what you just said. I did it for the right reasons. Yes, I said the same thing last time, and most of those decisions I came to regret. Both of us know very well that I did it for the right reasons is not a fucking excuse.
The old man died, and the villagers were terrified. They were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of faith.
See, and that's exactly the problem. The leaden key reinforced this kind of thinking. Stepping in and giving them even greater incentive to think that their lack of faith was the problem was not what you should have done, Aloth. Come on, man. Honestly, Durrance, having come across the village, probably would have burned it down or blown it up. Yeah, about to say, Durrance would... Given how we left Durrance equipped at the end of the first game, Tenwyn, Durrance would have walked up to the priest, denounced him in front of his congregation, and then shot him in the face with a blunderbuss. Then, as he's walking out of town, when the villagers come up to lynch him, Durrance would set them all on fire.
So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little.
His lips twist as if the words themselves have a bitter taste. Yes, they purity spiraled. Unfortunately, Aloth, you gave them every reason to suspect that it was their faith involved. The leaden key does this on purpose. They've worked to establish modes of thinking and thought among the populace to ensure that when people are in a panic or when people are disturbed by something, they turn to the gods of Eora. Now, yes, some of this is a natural inclination. I'm not saying that every religious tradition in this world is part of the Leaden Key's secret conspiracy to control everything. But at the same time... fun fact, dependent on your choice in the previous game, Aloth will have solved the issue a different way. It also resulted in a bad situation. Well, of course, I'm assuming Aloth has had a pretty bad time so far trying to hunt down the Leaden Key these last 5 years.
Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week.
You worked the edge of his sash into a tight knot, clenching it between pale, rigid fingers. No, the last one is the exact same problem. You tried to do the right thing, that's what matters. I mean, it does matter, but you have... Ayla, as people with the kind of power that we've had over the previous game and what we're going to have now, you have to think this shit through more. You feel responsible.
I had to do something, didn't I?
He turns to you with wide, anguished eyes. He pauses again, untwisting the sash at his lap. Perhaps. But much like our situation in the Deerwood, it's possible you should have waited and found out more before making your move.
I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better.
I like this one, but I would have also probably included something like, in time you could have helped change their mind, rather than so. Learning from mistakes is perhaps the best place you can start.
I suppose so. I should get some rest. It's been a long day, and you've given me a lot to think about.
Wait. Back to my original point. You still haven't told me what the animancers you were hanging out with have to do with any of this.
Ah, that.
He massages his
I'm
temples.
looking for an old Leaden Key sect. I've found several references, but
He breaks off, shaking his
I
head.
want to be sure. Please, let me go over my notes again. Then I promise I'll tell you everything.
All right, we'll talk more later.
Hey.
Hey there.
This brings back some memories, huh?
Yes, although the ship is quite a bit stinkier than most of our camps out in the Deerwood, that's for damn sure. Smell of rotting food and rum. So how are you liking the Deadfire so far, Adair?
The air's different. Especially compared to Gilded Vale, where there's more livestock than shovels. Sounds different, too. You wake up to all those bird calls, it really does sound like they're making music.
I mean, I can see why Hyleia is probably so well revered out here.
If the birds woke you in Gilded Vale, it was usually a couple crows making the most horrible mating noises you ever heard.
Hey, crows are adorable and smart.
Strange thing is, I still get this feeling in me like I wish I was home.
That's because deep down you really are just a literal country boy, Adair. I get it. But thank you so much for coming out with me on this, because it's nice to have friends. So I heard about Deerford a bit, but what else did you do after we ended the legacy?
I like that feeling, knowing we'd stopped Theos. We were part of something big. That was something I never felt before. Not even at war. Guess I went looking for it again. Not that I wanted to tangle with gods, but something smaller. Something I thought I could manage.
Hyleia probably approved of those noises too. Yeah, probably.
There was that little town, Deerford, we passed through. Got hit real hard by the legacy. I went in and asked their mayor if I could help. And he was real friendly.
It was probably helpful that you went to a town where nobody knew you were an outright Aethasian at the time.
But then it turned out he was in that Scanite cult they have over there. And when I wasn't looking, he tried to knock me out with a garden hoe.
Please tell me you beat the ever-living shit out of him, my dude. I left you in full plate armor with advanced gear and a dragon-slaying shield. I better hear that you single-handedly wiped that entire cult from existence. How did we not wipe that cult from existence? Do you remember going through that place, Adair? Do you remember the fucking hell we had trying to deal with that place? The dozens of fucking cultists that we had to fucking kill because they were fucking blood-crazed?
Guess he wanted to drain my blood or gouge out my eyes with rocks or whatever it is they do. Didn't ask. Anyway, I came out of his house carrying his head, and well, I got to be mayor after that.
And I suppose that was either going to make you very popular or very unpopular, and I guess, gratefully, it was the first.
They didn't even want to do an election. I said, if you're sure, and they all nodded, kinda quick-like.
So how was your stint as mayor, Mayor Adair?
Some of it I was good at. Welcoming people. Getting them to settle there, keeping order. But there were other things I had no head for. Negotiating, settling arguments, saying the right things.
I think it's more like he kind of conquered the village unintentionally. A little bit, but to be fair, from what we saw in Deerford, they were so run down by the legacy that it's not a surprise that they were just kind of willing to go with it, provided Adair turned out to be a decent person, which he was. So the argument saying the right thing. Yeah, Adair, no offense, but you kind of shoved your foot in your mouth like half a dozen times just with Haravius alone? And Deerford is right on the edge of Glenfathan territory, so I can only imagine how poorly that went
I
sometimes.
think I made a difference, but plenty of folks got hurt along the way. And I don't know if that was something we could have avoided, or if it was the cost of trying to fix things.
Let me
If
ask
you
you something
like.
else. What are your thoughts on Aothas at the moment?
I want the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace.
Oh boy, if only it was that fucking simple.
Only I don't see it playing out that way.
No, it fucking won't, Adair. No, it fucking won't. Can confirm. Don't forget, this is the same guy who basically raffle-stomped me into the fucking ground and left me in a Yamcha pose, and also put me in debt to Bareth. Last thing I needed is to be in debt to another god. Adair is a good guy? Yes, he is.
Yes?
Back to you. Mm-hmm. Ah. So what are your thoughts on this whole Aothas situation, Ayla?
One would hardly imagine that a colossus made of glowing Ardra could be so hard to find.
I mean, it is walking through the ocean, and even a colossus is going to be pretty effectively hid by deep water.
But then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen you if the task were easy.
Gods, no, of course not. That would have been fucking easy. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Bareth? What do you know of the Valian Trading Company?
Well, they seem largely competent. I would feel better about that were they not run by profiteers and animancers.
He smiles wryly. Aloth, sometimes you worry me. Sometimes you're like, okay, Animancer's not so bad. I'll lump them in with everybody else, but I'll keep an eye on it. And other times you always seem to fall back into my first assumption is it's the Animancer's fault.
Governor Clario seemed honest and well-intentioned. So one wonders why he was stationed at such an out-of-the-way post.
He raises an eyebrow. Well, on the one hand, it did mention that the island main export was the luminescent Adra, so it could be that they trusted him with that. On the other hand, it could be exactly because he's honest and well-intentioned. It might be that the arrest of the Valian Trading Company is not so principled as our dear Governor Clario. Ader's the kind of guy that wouldn't help you home after a time, right? Because he'd be equally drunk as you as he drank with you. Okay. For a second, I was like, why wouldn't Ader help you? And then I had to read the rest of that. Do you have any thoughts on these principi?
I'd heard Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how large it was. Or how fashionable.
You get the sense he's impressed despite himself. Yes, you did make several comments about the lackingness of Deerwood fashion in the first game, so I can only imagine being back among people from the more civilized imperial parts of the world probably has you feeling very fancy. The romanticism of piracy. Yeah. Well, to be fair, the Principi, we'll have to see more, but at least in their first impression, they openly acknowledge, like, yes, we're pirates, but we're also smugglers, we're also legitimate businessmen, we're also a variety of other things. And it does seem like there's probably members of their organization who are exactly that, just honest merchants. Just, they have, you know, uncles and cousins who are very capable of, well, wrecking your shit if you piss them off. I really need to investigate more because they so far seem like the most libertarian of the factions, but if they fall into that usual mob as in the criminal organization, thinking we might have some problems in the future.
Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. I worry about who will be caught in their crossfire.
Hey, Hearts, good to see you, good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Thanks for swinging on by. Always nice to see everybody. Did you ever make it back to Adir, to your home?
As a matter of fact, I did.
He brightens. Oh,
I saw my mother for the first time in years.
Aw. There's a lightness in his eyes and in his posture that you honestly had never seen before when he spoke of his family. You think Alops approves of your dress? Probably. I mean, it's probably better than most of the stuff we were wearing before, that's for damn sure. How was your mother?
She was well. She'd been living with her Thane for quite some time. I don't think she'd been to see my father since I left.
He fidgets with the hem of his garment, looking distractedly at something on the ground.
I used to blame her for her long absences, for not intervening directly with my father.
What do you feel changed?
I realized that she was torn between two demanding roles, and two demanding men.
He looks back up at you.
I used to resent her for failing to protect me. But I understand now that her absence is what allowed me to grow. Intentionally or not, she gave me the space I needed to learn a degree of independence.
I'm happy for you then, my friend. It's good to see that you're able to find some good in this.
Thank you. It felt good to resolve that much.
Forgive me if this is prying a little, Aloth, but did you also see your father? He shakes his head, his lips pressed tightly together.
It's one thing to forgive my mother for her absence. Quite another to excuse him.
I wasn't saying you needed to excuse him, Aloth. I was just asking. Once again, fun fact, if you have Aloth take the other approach, where he takes up Balos' mantle and tries to dissolve the leaden key from the inside, he forgives his father, but not his mother. Interesting. I still think this is the better outcome. Aloth's dad can, I mean, don't get me wrong, the way the Adiran interracial relationship stuff works is I mean, it's very much a case of sacrificing of the individual for the sake of the group, because it's very much how they maintain power politics and balance of power over an Aedir. But it's still pretty scummy. Professional cuckold, quite literally. Yeah. I don't blame Aloth's dad for feeling the way he did. I do blame Aloth's dad for choosing to take it out on his fucking son. That's a completely different thing. Like, I don't know how that relationship works over there, but it doesn't make sense to me. But what his dad did to him was very much so not justifiable. Well, it sounds like the trip overall was good
It
then.
was.
Now, how are you holding up,
It's
my
been
friend?
a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the Leaden Key. It's unexpectedly liberating.
It's good to hear. Don't worry, we'll find out more about them, I'm sure.
I'm all
Jyoti,
ears.
we skipped you last
Tell
time.
me what's on your mind.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
Seraphim is on top of the boat if you want to talk to him. Wrong chat. It's okay, Tenwa. It's okay. Don't worry. We'll figure something out.
Will we? Ought we? I just don't know.
Pinching the bridge of her nose with dirty fingers, Jyoti
I
sighs.
trust you, Watcher. I swear I do. I worry sometimes about what's gonna happen to me. But, well,
Trust me, as somebody who was having a soul awaken, multiple visions, and occasional fainting spells 5 years ago, you're doing just fine, Jyoti. You're doing just fine. Take a few deep breaths.
it's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my god, even if it kills me.
Aloth nods, a quiet smile etched across his lips.
I'm glad we talked.
You still,
I'll handle this.
yeah, you still don't want to talk to me. Okay? Hey, Vela. Tell
One
you
more
that this game
time,
does.
Vela.
Oh,
Who be the Eye Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire?
Molnage!
Aye, that she be, lass. That she be.
aw, that's kind of adorable. Oh, it's kind of. If you practically have her as an adopted daughter, her calling you captain is weird. She should be calling you like dad or something. I don't know. I forgot. Do you have anything to say?
Agrasima, Casita, for taking me on.
No, nothing else. I will argue that this game does not have a Maneha character amongst your companions. Well, that will be... I hope you're right, because... Oh, I actually like having our own personal sigil in here. That's nice. He's more of an... I know. But even then, you don't have to do much. Like, it's just kind of annoying. Like, why include it if you're not going to do anything with it? I don't know.
Aye, Captain. Truth be told, Ferrante half expects us to get our asses blown out of the water at Fort Deadlight. Fortunately for you, I have this bad habit of beating the odds.
Oh, trust me. I can empathize. You don't even want to know what I had to deal with last
Of
time.
course, I do that by way of good old traditional chicanery. And the most important part of any Hornswoggle? Solid planning. Well, that and surviving.
What can you tell me about Fort Deadlight?
Balian made originally. Piled them stones up a few centuries back, but gave it up when the fishmen wouldn't leave them be. Hard to defend against Wilder crawling up out of your crappers.
Oh god, not the fucking fish.
Captain Aldiz claimed it a few years back. Fucking filthy from bow to stern. And she had her lads and lasses cleaning fish shit out of the floorboards for months. Couple of them thought it might be better sailing elsewhere and left in the night. Aldiz tracked them down quick as you like, took their heads, and fixed them into little lanterns for the front gate. Called them Fort Deadlight's Deadlights.
His nose
They
twitches.
say she ain't had a deserter since. Tad cruel for my taste. But I admit to admiring the wordplay.
What do you know of the fort's defenses?
Funny thing about it being a fort means it ain't a boat. Means it don't have to worry about the way the cannons are storing honking big balls. Guns they got crowning that castle put a hole in your poop deck before you've sighted land.
Oh, great. So they've got full-sized artillery, and they've managed to get enough of it that they don't fear anybody trying to interfere with them. He sighs and scuffs his boots against the
Fort
floor.
itself be floored of sealing rum-sodden fools, so that be going for us. But Aldi's keeps the crew on the walls sharp and sober. One blast of their horns and deadlights locked up tight as an endearing mugger night. We'll stay that way too, till any unfamiliar ships have been shot to shit and shot again.
And what do you know of this Captain Aldis?
She's sharp as shit, that one. Tongue, mind, and ears alike. Sailed out of Deerwood or Adir one. Knows her knots, and how to crew a ship that won't turn sour. Her words ring out among the Principe, more than you'd think for new blood. Part of that's her fierce support of freedom, from slavers, from the empires, from the Juana's caste system even.
Oh dear. Maybe we have, maybe we actually might have a sympathetic ear amongst this captain. That would be
The
interesting.
rest a lenient hand. Step out of line and Ferrante's got your old crew up for lashes. Aldis, though, she's, let's say there's a reason she attracts limp-cocked nut twists like Benwith.
Ah.
Can't say I much approve of a lack of regard for our traditions, but, can't say I don't share her vexations with Ferrante and the old garden either.
He runs a furred paw over his braided beard. Interesting. So he's an Orlan. He's definitely a bit of an outsider, but he already considers himself very much part of the Principi in a broad sense. So obviously the Principi might be centered around their Valian bloodlines, but they're definitely not adverse to folding in members of their crew and other such groups. An anarchist? Yeah, a bit of one. Still, we'll see how things go. Why are you frustrated with the old guard, Seraphim?
Shit, Captain. Buy a lad a drink before you go rooting through his unmentionables.
Well, we have some ale down below, as well as some rice wine. He smiles, though thumbs hooked in his
Let's
belt.
leave it enough for now to say I think there be a course to be charted betwixt anarchy and tyranny.
Ah, can we help found a pirate republic? Are we going full Caribbean on this shit? Oh, that would be kind of hilarious if we could. You mentioned you have contacts at the fort. Can we rely on their help?
I did say contacts, didn't I?
Seraphim rubs the back of his head as he takes a sudden studious interest in his own boots. Oh, dear God. Did you exaggerate, or were you just lying out your ass?
Contact would be more accurate. In the
Singular.
singular.
Yeah.
A lass by the name of Siri. Been running the same circles for years. Doldrums and fair winds. We're never family, but never on the wrong ends of arms, neither. Might have shaken the sheets a few months back.
I mean, okay. Pirate Council. Now you remind of how metal the intro to Pirates of the Caribbean 3 was. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The entirety of the opening scene. Yo, ho, all together. Yeah. It's a good opening scene.
Regardless of how she feels about me, there's no love lost betwixt her and Benwith. That's for damn certain.
So your contact is a random lover of yours?
Random? What do you take me for, Captain?
Well, given my history with Orleans, the scourge of hearts throughout the Deadfire comes to mind.
Well, I can't say as you're entirely wrong.
He grins, all teeth. I also can't help but notice, I think did they make the Orleans a little bit taller? Because just comparing the models, since I'm using the human body for the godlike, he does definitely seem closer in height to me than Haravius was. Or is it a difference between the fur-faced Orleans and the plain-faced ones? Let's go over the plan to get into the fort.
Deadlight's a tough coconut to crack. But if not cracking, what are nuts for?
This might call for a more clever approach.
Smart play for crashing any party involves scavenging yourself up an invite, and then dressing to impress.
He puffs out his chest, thumbs tucked into the fine fabric of his shirt. So we need to look the
Aye,
part.
Captain, from stem to stern. Looking the part in this case means hoisting colours identifying us as Principe.
His left ear. Oh, pardon me. His left ear
I don't
twitches.
have to tell you how dangerous such a bit of fabric can be if the wrong person catches you flying it.
How hard would it be to purchase a flag?
Well, Principe captains don't just give up their flags for a few coins.
He scratches his rump, head cocked to one side.
Nekataka's black market. If there be a Principe flag for sale, it'll be there. Mark it up and relocates every so often to avoid the Royal Guard. We'll just have to find wherever it currently be anchored.
We are 3 for 3 of horny Orlans. The Orlan companion Avowed is apparently from the trailers very horny too. I mean, it's not surprising. They're kind of fitting the beast man, animal man kind of stereotype in a fantasy race. So it's not really that surprising. I mean, fucking Haravius basically was straight up like, would you fuck me if I was transformed into a giant werebeast? Like, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. I want to talk about something else.
Captain.
That doesn't...
Later, sure. No hurry here to ship off back to the Gentlemen of Leisure.
His left ear twitches. Okay. Well, you can't romance Seraphin. You can have casual sex with him multiple times. Well, that's good to know, but that is not something I am interested in. I have to imagine he's probably a little hornier if you play a female Orlan. I would imagine. Oh, good. We can actually... Yes, we can actually land there, and we can supply from the port. Oh, that's very nice. Do we need anything? Let me see here. We have the strange tablet. We have the maces back up. We have an okay amount of money. He's pansexual as hell. I mean, I'm not surprised. He's a sailor, after all. You need crew. Ah, okay. Shield Sister Dela, personality fearless. No. So we want people who are specialized, from what you said. What else do we have? Okay, that's retraining. That's custom, or that's our current party. Is there anything we need to sell while we're here before we go any further? Okay, I guess we don't really need that. Keep the scrolls, keep the potions, keep the various items there. Nothing we want to sell from here. Ingredients, absolutely not. And the Hawana colors, nope, we want to keep that. So go ahead and sell that for 25. Yeah, they require 1 food and 1 water ration a day. How many... So, where does it show how many crew we need? Or how many crew we have? Why am I not seeing... Okay, there we go, there we go. So, we can take on another cannoneer. She is a cook and a deckhand. So we need a navigator, a surgeon. A navigator and a surgeon is what we need right now. Rena is cured, by the way. Ah, she is. So yes, we can put her back in cook, where she's okay right now. And then we, as I said, we need a surgeon and a navigator, and that's it, I think, so far, is just those two. Let me see here. So we've got a navigator over here and a cannoneer over here. There's virtually no reason to not hire all of the starting crew. Oh. Okay. I guess because they're cheap. Yeah, daily wages are pretty cheap, and she's the only one that requires any kind of... Okay, I guess, yeah, sure. They are the cheapest and fill in the slots. Ah. There we go. Ooh, full complement. Yeah, there we go. All right, please go away. I need to close out this window. And then we pull open this. Did that fill out? Yes, he went to there. So she is a better cook than Irena, so we can swap them in. Surgeon. She's the better surgeon, so we'll put them there. Helmsman and cannoneer. He's a cannoneer on his own. Cannoneer and surgeon. Navigator and deckhand. Okay, so everybody's filled out. You'll find more crew either in taverns or while questing and exploring. There are a bunch of hidden crew. I'm guessing some of the hidden ones are probably some of the best. Ooh, we can... No, you know what? We'll keep the Defiant for the small ship, and when we eventually get a larger vessel, we'll come up with a custom name for it. There we go. Travel speed, combat speed, hull strength, minimum crew 5. Triumphs. Ooh, interesting. You can change the colors. I like the colors so far, though. This is a Deerwooden ship. We're flying the Deerwooden colors, and we have the Deerwooden colors on us. Now, where the fuck do we go from here is the question. Now, if I remember correctly... Let me see. Dunnage. Where is this? Oh, that's part of the DLC quest. Fort Deadlight is here. Harbinger's Watch is really high level. Or is that another place? I don't know. Yep. Fort Mage. Belario's Rest. Then wait, what is Dunnage then? Did we get a quest for that? Reach the city of Neketaka. Temple of Dawn. Captain Ferrante's Harbor. Ah, okay, okay. So, in other words, it's probably best we head towards Neketaka. Which is... Holy shit, that's a far ways off. Okay, hold on. We might need to buy a couple more things then. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and max out our repair supplies, so we fill that out. Let's go ahead and purchase the maximum amount of medical supplies. Oof, that's going to cut into our... We're also going to go ahead and... We'll double the amount of cannon shot we have right now. Ale is +0, rice is +0, hardtack is -1, water is -1, fresh fruit is +1. But fresh fruit also costs 10 times what hardtack costs, and almost 3 times what rice costs. So we have some fresh fruit that we're eating now, so we'll go ahead and buy some, we'll buy some food, we'll buy some rice, and we'll buy some ale. There we go. It's going to cut into our money a bit, but this will keep us topped off for a good long while. All right. Where is Neketaka? It's over here. Okay. We could set a course, or we can explore a little bit on our own as we head that way. Oh my god, there's so much. All right, let's start sailing. Yep, 20 in daily wages, 8 fresh fruit, +1 morale, -7 rice wine, -4 ale. So, oh, I see. So the morale continues to improve. So you can keep on hand a lot of the +0 morale stuff. And after you use all of the stuff that actually gives you more morale, you can maintain your supplies with the +0 and you won't lose any morale. That's good. That's good. That is an unaffiliated trading ship. There's a harbor of some kind. And there's some supplies over here. Oh, Regents. Yeah, can we... Oh, we have to go around this. That's a little annoying that we can't sail through these areas, but I guess that means the water is so shallow that it's not actually passable. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. Oh, I love this map. The anchors just mean you can land on the island? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And they weigh anchor there, and then you can explore. Yeah, there we go. Fresh fruit. Oh, Balian Trade Company. And then we can pick up some water. That's nice. Better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah, and the daily wages. So we need to definitely keep moving and find something to make money off of. Click on the known locations drop-down list. You can search for location by name. Ships travel faster in deep waters and slower in shallow. Oh, and I'm guessing that's by the coloration. Yeah, I see that. Ooh, what have we here? Game is magical on a first place. So far, definitely. Ooh, 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 ooh. You're sailing past a reef when Eld Engram shouts out, pointing to port. There lists a ship stranded in the middle, perched on a narrow shoal. It tips and rolls with the passing waves. Hanging from its mast is a blue flag showing an image of a crescent moon sinking beneath the waves. Your crew gathers round, murmuring in low, excited voices. Shield Sister Delia rushes to the railing. Captain, that's a gift-bearer ship. No telling what sort of treasures it's got. Chittipek snorts. Gift-bearers carry sentimental junk, worthless stuff. That's a smuggler's ship. Classic disguise. Haima spits into the water. And it's a fucking stupid one. Gift-bearers only visit landlocked settlements. That there's a trap. What was that about gift-bearers, Chittipek? Chittipek fixes a pensive frown upon the wreck. No offense, Captain, but the servants of Andra collect things people want to forget and consign them to the sea. Anything a gift-bearer might be carrying would be stuff nobody wants. Okay, Chittipek, having had to deal with Andra's gift-bearers, that is a definitive fucking falsehood, my friend. If anything, whoever told you that was purposely lying so that nobody would go looking for shit that the gift bearers dropped off. Hell, we uncovered an entire fucking ring of fake Andra worshippers who were using the title of gift bearer to get valuable shit from people. Like, I'm sorry, Chitapec, but you're straight up wrong. Thoughts, everyone? Ooh, choose a party member. Oh, we'll target with Seraphin. He's the most knowledgeable. Ain't a trap, Captain. Ship be too smashed to shit for that. Might be too smashed to shit for salvage, though, too. Seraphin scratches the back of his head as he peers at the vessel. Oh, we can ask everybody. Eder frowns and says, no, yeah, he doesn't know. My sickle cuts through smugglers just as easily as Kith. Easier, mate. Licking her bottom lip, Jody studies the seemingly stranded vessel. Seraphin snickers quietly. Aloth? Aloth rubs his chin. I've heard rumor that some gift bearers operate as smugglers on the side. I suppose it's possible they're carrying something of value. On your crew's character sheets, there's a mention of their personalities, which does impact these kind of events. Oh, nice. Prepare a skiff. We'll row out and climb on the hull. You row the skiff out above the reefs, the waves tossing it slightly, the bottom of the small boat occasionally scraping across the jagged structures below. You tie off on a snag of coral next to the wreck. The water's rough, and the hull's slick with brine, but you're able to find purchase between the shifting planks. You pull yourself up using bent planks and barnacles for holds. Oh, God, I hope you're wearing gloves, because that sounds horrible. You almost reach the main deck when a wave slams against the ship, and you hear a crash from somewhere below as the vessel rocks. Your legs slip out from under you, and your fingers dig into wet lumber. Your grip holds, and once the ship settles, you resume your climb, making it safely onto the deck. The ship is deserted. You don't even find corpses. This ship had a skiff. It's missing too. Search for salvage. Hey, you find several crates of supplies and several more of assorted odds and ends. Handkerchiefs, beads, jewelry, cracked scrimshaw, and a child's doll. 27 ammunition, 10 medicines. Well, I wish I hadn't maximized our medicine supply then. You think back to Chitapec's comment and wonder if this might have been a smuggler's vessel after all. Search for evidence of smugglers. Yeah, he's got the +4 to streetwise. Frowning, Eder points out a series of scuff marks along the deck, as if a box of junk has been moved repeatedly over the same spot. You slide it aside and find a trapdoor. Within rests a small chest brimming with golden scalings. Nice! 23 golden scalings worth 12 copper pieces apiece. Very nice. Smugglers after all. Among the coins rests a small figurine of an imp of all things. The Laughing Imp cameo, once used per rest. Keyword figurine. Oh, these are the summoning items, aren't they? The jovial imp depicted in this cameo wears a grin full of mischief and malice. The small figurine has a tendency to disappear from pockets only to reappear elsewhere. One use per rest. Keyword used to summon creatures to fight for your party. These summons will disappear when their duration expires. Cool. All spawning items have maximum uses. Ah, it does. Oh, that's unfortunate. Still, I'll probably end up giving them all to Eder since he likes pets. You load on your find onto the skiff and row back to your ship. 99 experience for the crew. Very nice. Here you go, Eder. Now, where the fuck is Nekataka? Still off in this direction, right? Where is it? There it is. Okay. So we follow from this course right here. Oh my god, this map. Oh, and it's even got the old style, like, font and everything in it. Oh, that's glorious looking. Oh.
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind.
Oh god, Bareth, are you gonna come asking for a progress report? I'm really not in the mood for this.
The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once.
Well, if you're trying to drive me insane, you're doing a good job.
You are alone.
That has me slightly more concerned.
Then, you are not.
Look who it is! The Council of Dicks!
An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Bareth, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus.
Well, if I had to take a guess, we've got Skane over here in his loose robes and his nose being cut off. This is Wodaka, if I remember correctly, with the jagged crown. obviously this is Bareth over here as the Pallid Knight. I'm assuming this is Abaddon as a fire godlike, though, which is a bit weird, because I don't see how it could be Magrin. Or no, maybe it is Magrin. It's hard to... It looks very masculine, though, so maybe I'm just seeing it wrong. And this is obviously Hyleia with the birds and the feathers and all that shit.
And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size.
You know, Bareth, you're really not doing yourself any favors by inviting 2 of the biggest assholes of this group, although I am pleasantly surprised you didn't invite Andra. I would have loved to roast her again.
The shifting image of Bareth settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Hi, Mom.
Watcher.
Sup?
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
You do realize I was unconscious for most of the past few days, and after that I had to deal with getting my shit back up and running, right? He's draining souls from the veins of luminous Adra.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the beyond? Intriguing.
Oh, great. She's already confirming that she knew more than she was letting on just with that one sentence. I love being left in the dark by the gods. It's such a nice feeling.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Bareth dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone, whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire.
Hello, Wodika.
The goddess Wodika strides forward.
Things must be bad if Bareth and Magrin of all people have brought you in on this.
Does Aethys frighten you, Bareth? He should. Magran subdued Aethys' influence once before, and yet he returned.
Somewhere in the Deerwood, Durance has just sneezed, and he doesn't know why.
From out of Wodika's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was.
They keep pronouncing it Scan, but I'm just going to keep calling him Skane because I think that sounds better with the AE in it. Also, in my opinion, the god Scan just doesn't sound very good. The god Skane sounds interesting.
He does not speak, but stares up at Wodika, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face.
You tried to get me to side with her last time. Shut the fuck up.
Wodika steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the Pallid Knight from the corners of her eyes.
Oh, a rash decision that you can't easily annul. Are you having Andra prep to throw another moon at us? Because I'd really rather avoid that. Skane is dependent on people gaining power so he can exist, the cycle of violence that he encourages. Oh, of course. I'm well aware, Tenwin. It's why I can disregard everything he says. He's an asshole who purposely perpetuates conflict. I don't give a shit what he says. The only points I'll give Skane is that he's honest. He's honest in how much of a bad fucking person he is, which at first made him seem like one of the worst of the gods, but after running into Andra and dealing with Wodika's bullshit throughout the previous game, is honestly puts him in the middle of the pack, all things considered.
A moon would do the job nicely.
Called it. You fucking... Really? Again? Is that why Andra isn't here? Are you having her prep to throw a second moon at us? Fuck you. No. Number 2 does not make sense because we know damn well that that's not the case. I'm pretty sure we need that.
A voice echoes from the shape nearest Bareth.
The lava is too large to be moved and Koltha too quick to be caught, even for a god of Wodika's strength and apparent lunacy.
The figure beside the aspect of Bareth flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world.
God, you know it's bad when Magran is being the voice of fucking reason on this council.
I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now.
Oh, is that why you tried to kill my friend and all of his friends? Yeah, I remember Durance, Magran. Don't try to weasel out of that one. You straight up butchered most of your own followers in the process, and if Durance hadn't been caught on the edge of the blast and thus essentially been shielded from your sight, you'd have killed him too.
To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Again, Magran is the one speaking sense. I have a very bad feeling about how this council is going to be going over the rest of the game. Magran, by definition, doesn't remember Durance. Fair enough. What kind of precautions would you suggest, Lady Magran?
Magran looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
Then why the fuck did you bring me here? If you're just gonna condescend to me the entire time, shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
That is objectively false. Bareth did, Magran didn't. Then why did Bareth bring... Mom, if you knew they were going to disregard everything I said, why did you even bring me here? We could have avoided this entire meeting, or you could have met me on your own like you did last time. It's no business of yours what the gods decide. You made that definitively fucking false in the last game. You don't get to rescind on that now. You need to learn how the gods work. So what I've learned is that the gods work horribly. But I already knew that.
Another of the silent figures steps forward. And the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Hi, Leia. I helped you last time. Please, for the love of God, provide a voice of reason to this conversation.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Hi, Auntie. Hi, Leia. I mean, technically, yes. If the godlike are supposed to be essentially quasi-demigods because they're mortals touched by the gods specifically, that does technically mean that they would be like aunt and uncle if we're going with that kind of relationship. That also does sound funny.
Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
Oh, God, she's naive as fuck. Oh, no.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
God. I can't believe I'm saying this, but could someone go find Galawain and Whale? We need somebody to actually talk some sense into this council. Leia's the one goddess that'd be okay with you calling her auntie. As long as she doesn't make it weird and start asking that I also call her mom or something, that would be a little awkward. Also, Pelagita would probably want to punch me if I started doing that. She isn't naive per se, it's more that she sees the best in everyone. I can see that, but Aethys has already, well, Aethys already declared war on one nation, conquered another, and then when he woke up, he straight up killed me. So no offense, Leia. Maybe pay attention to that. And if he intends to betray you all?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
I'm pretty sure conquest of the world wasn't in his nature either, and yet he's already tried that once.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot.
All right, Skane said it, so I automatically hate the idea.
Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wedica suggests and crush him into the earth.
Is that also when you reveal that you were actually on Aethys' side? You know, because that's what you do, you dick.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Oh, what now, Uncle Skane? What do you have for me now, huh? Huh? Is also the most predictable? Yes, of course he is. He's literally... Again, the only redeeming factor of Skane is that he's so fucking transparent. He's so transparent in his untransparentness that it loops back around to, yes, I know exactly what Skane's going to do. It's whatever's going to fuck over the largest number of people.
Ah, And here is the Watcher who killed Lord Harren, the man who tormented his dear niece, Alice. Curious.
Curious? Oh, shut the fuck up, Skane. Your cult's brilliant idea was, yes, let's fucking possess this woman's body, fill it with spirits of rage and anger so that she rips her uncle, who did deserve it, no doubt about that, to pieces, but also kills numerous innocent people in the process. When I just walked the guy upstairs, waited for no one to be around, and then shot him in the face. Or stabbed him, technically, but I'd like to imagine I pulled out the disappointer and shot him with it, because that just sounds funnier. You know, less collateral damage, more dealing with the actual problem. But oh wait, you're the god of collateral damage. Aside from Andra, who might literally be the god of collateral damage. Rip. It's possible she wouldn't manage. Yeah, potentially. There wasn't even a guarantee that it would work.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
You know damn well that is not what she meant, and you're only doing this to get a rise out of her, Skane. Why? Bareth, I say again, Wodaka, I can somewhat understand. You need somebody who knows how to play power politics in this room. Magrin, obvious choice. A good counterpoint. But why the fuck did you invite Skane?
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Attempting to end Aothis may only make things... You know, I've noticed you have the option to say nothing throughout most of this. But no. Because you guys might be gods, but you're all just the amalgamations of mortal souls. I don't care. You're not some unknowable beings, unfathomably higher than me. You're the amalgamation of tens of thousands of Ingwithan souls. You are basically just mortals with a lot of power. You are lowercase g gods, not uppercase g gods. So I'm going to talk to you as such. Attempting to end Aothis may only make things worse. Like last time. Right, Magrin?
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aothis has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault.
Magrin, you literally blew him up because he was butchering one nation and planning on doing the same to another. Do you fuckers even remember what happened last time?
However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice.
Then what is the point of this exercise? Again, Bareth, why did you bring me here? To give a status update? You fuckers are practically omniscient, at least in terms of what you can see, unless somebody creates an area of the world that you specifically cannot view into. You've been watching me this entire time. I say again, why are you wasting my time with this?
The Pallid Knight gestures for silence.
Aothis cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time.
I mean, we could try blowing the leg off of the giant Adra statue. That would certainly slow him down, at least.
Both stand in his favor.
Magrin grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
Then why are you bickering about it to me when you already told me that that was my job?
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magrin stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Oh boy, are we about to get the stupid suggestion?
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Wait a second. Aothasian godlikes? Absorbed his children? I don't understand.
The Pallid Knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Magrin's direction.
Magrin speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
The last god that said that to me, I ended up verbally bitch-slapping for the better part of an hour, Mom. Again, I notice Andra isn't in on this little meeting. Did you know how I'd react if you brought her here?
Wodaka waves the gods to silence.
Aothis gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Ah, Wodaka with the actual correct statement. Now, are you going to undermine that by immediately saying something stupid?
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys other than decisive, final action.
Speaking of which, where's my birthday present? Let's be very honest. If anything, Bareth sounds... The Pallid Knight Bareth sounds exactly like the definition of absent parent. There is no cause to act now. Information must be gathered. Knowledge must be gained. A task which you have already set to me, and a task which you have interfered. Again.
Your opinion is unasked for, but noted.
Then why am I here? Why? 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 You're wasting my time. And by your own acknowledgement are wasting yours. Why? You could have had this argument without me present.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
At least then it would be a surprise if you hadn't invited me to this conversation. Now I'm just going to be on the lookout for your bullshittery the entire time. By definition, all the gods are absent except for Wodaka, ironically. Well, she wants to not be absent, but the other gods are basically holding her down and telling her to fuck off.
Pallid Knight steps away from the half circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height.
Oh boy.
The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
I was already doing that!
The black of the Pallid Knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Ah, I see. You could shrink down and talk to me face to face, but you'd rather be condescending and lean down from your giant height.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
All the set. No, not yet. I have not yet reached the point of total anger. I do this because I must.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin, alone.
Nice conversation. Dicks. Yes, I was becoming incomprehensible there for a moment, Tenwin. Oh. Still, the steward still won't talk to me. Much unfortunate. Nobody else there?
Hey, Vela. I put on my boots the other day to find out they were full of crabs and seawater. You wouldn't know anything about that?
No, but I'll keep my eyes out. I hear some of the crew whispering bad things about you.
Atta girl. Divert suspicion, give him a new scapegoat. Rehearse your story so you can say it without hesitating. I knew we were right to steal you from your home as a baby.
There. Don't phrase it like that. For the love of God. We didn't steal her. We literally went out of our way to keep her from being ritualistically sacrificed and then fed to an asshole. You have to admit, cool sequence. Oh, very cool sequence. It's just that after everything that happened in the first game, my well of patience for this pantheon has been dripped dry aeons ago. Ugh. Again, you know it's bad when Magrin and fucking Hyleia are the ones who are the only ones making sense, and Wodaka is the one being like, we need to act. Like, god damn. This was really the A team that you assembled there, Bareth? Really? Ugh. Also, Darkstar, sorry I didn't comment when you posted. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Ugh. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of shit on this island. Oh. Oh. See, I don't like that you can't easily know that you can't pass through that, because then it's like, oh, I want to go through here. Nope, you have to go all the way around in order to get there. Unaffiliated trades from the Dreadfire merchants. Okay, okay. I guess we could explore this island. Ooh. There's a bunch you haven't met in person yet. Yeah, I can't wait to see the rest of them. I can't wait for Andra to show up. That'll be fun. There's no way in hell she doesn't, with us being in an island archipelago that worships her. Ooh. The desert wind carries a sibilant sorceress to your ears from the canyon ahead, punctuated by cracks and pops. It reminds you of eggs on a hot pan or a fire in dry brush. The low growl that accompanies it, however, raises the hair on the back of your neck. Listen carefully. Yep, we've got the highest perception. The sound resolves into a rhythmic chittering, slowly and cyclically rising and falling, a chorus of voices, inhuman voices. Search for the presence of other minds. You reach out with your soul, searching out for any thoughts behind the hissing sound. Soon enough, you sense the thoughts of several creatures. Most are small and simple, but one feels significantly more potent than the others, and whatever it is, it hungers. Continue cautiously forward. You carefully enter the desert canyon, keeping to the shade cast by the tall standing stones. Ahead of you, a group of Zaryps chant, hopping back and forth on skinny legs. Shaking their spears, nested between them rises the black, leathery form of a drake. The creature's wings rise above it as it tears at the corpse of a boar at its feet. You're on a Cypher and don't have Seraphim with you, but another Cypher for whatever reason. When you select the second dialogue boss, it will always use Seraphin's response, even if the Cypher in question isn't Seraphim. Well, I mean, that's probably just a slight limitation on the writing staff. Probably to save on having to come up with a bunch of generic lines for characters that, well, if they're recruited NPC companions, don't really matter. Keep watching. With a mighty twist of its neck, the drake tears the boar in half, rising up on its legs, lifting its head and swallowing the back half of the boar whole, the lump of the animal visibly traveling down its throat. One of the Zaryps hops forward. It tears its feathered headdress from its head and tosses it aside. It drops its staff a moment later, spreading its arms before the drake. The large beast peers down at the Zaryp then with a flash of movement and eats the small wilder in a single bite. The other Zaryps cheer, banging their spears against their shields. Use the distraction to sneak closer. You move quietly from stone to stone, entering the canyon without drawing their attention. It is really funny. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just one of those limitations of the engine. We should be able to get this, I think. Especially, we start off with a paralyze. Also, this occurred to me. Oh, ooh, a hand mortar and a battle axe, plus a brace of pistols. Very nice. He has literally nothing else except for some padded armor. Recovery time plus 35. Even for just light armor, Jesus. Padded armor conceals a fine mail shirt between several layers of heavy cloth, simultaneously colorful and deceptive. The style is decidedly principy. Very nice. I like the close-up of him. It shows off a little bit better of the beard and on the details and stuff. Very roguish. Why in the fuck is Aloth in the front?
Look there.
All right. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh boy, here we go. Yep, Aloth's already casting that. Go ahead and give me minus 15 accuracy with melee attacks. Go ahead and give me that. Center it on them. It's okay. Go ahead and blind them, please, Seraphim. That would be great. Let's see here. Whisper of Treason. Go ahead and grab the champion. There we go.
No rush, but if you have any antidotes,
Don't worry, Adair. We're fine. Just keep attacking. Good shot with the blunderbuss. Very nice. Let's go ahead and paralyze you. There we go. How much longer we got on Whispers of Treason? 8 seconds. Good. What the? Go. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Paralyzed.
I cannot whack him any harder.
Don't worry. We got it. No reason to use Sworn Enemy at this point. We got this handled. There we go. Nice. Mind Blades. Wait, Mind Blades? What the fuck is Mind Blades? Oh, okay. Faux target jumps multiple times. Oh, that's nice.
What for, Cap? Done and done.
I don't remember that being an ability in the first one. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Some Obsidian Flakes, some Zarup gear, which is always pretty shit. Reptilian Blood, always good to see. Found some boar meat, a Zarup quarterstaff. Anything else in here? Speed up. Oh, that was pretty good for our first battle with a Drake. I distinctly remember the first game going a lot worse the first time we found one of those things. It was not a good time. This island is very dry. Also, I should have checked my formation. That was probably why Aloth ended up in the front. Alright, that's taken care of. Let's go down here first. See what's over here. Ale, very nice. Daily wages. Oh, that's interesting. So when you're on an island, you only have to pay the daily wages because it's assumed that the crew is like scavenging for supplies on the island to feed themselves, so they're not taking from the ship's stores. Nice. That makes things a lot easier. Bones crunch underfoot, and strewn across the sand are skeletons half buried in the wind-blown dunes or lying beached and baking in the sun. Their corpses still wear the tattered remnants of their clothing, their packs tangled in limbs. Worms circle like vultures high above you. The sand is strangely lively here. It dances as if caught in the breeze, but there's no wind to stir it. Several piles of grit rise above the dunes in suspiciously ordered mounds. Really? So we passed the perception check, and our only option is still to do something stupid. Well, let's do something stupid then. You approach the nearest skeleton and untangle the pack from its remains. As you disturb the skeleton, several sand blights rise up from the desert with a great gust of wind and head straight towards you. Yeah, no surprise there. Oh no, an ambush. Shocked. I am so shocked.
Onward.
Okay, so we've got lesser sand blight. Doesn't look like they have any immunity. And a drake. Can we try to grab the big one? That work? It did. We've got him for 20 seconds. Very nice. Oh, good. These things are fairly weak. All right, go after that. Ader, what are you doing? I don't know what he was doing. Whatever. Seraphin, if you... Oh, he's already using his abilities. That's fine by me. Blinding sand... Oh, yeah, we have to deal with those fucking things, don't we? Go ahead and paralyze, please. Also, I forgot to use my... Go ahead and use the pistols to finish this thing off. Bang and bang. There we go. All right, gang up on this asshole. Take him down. Very nice. Very nice.
I shall.
I'll still probably end up switching out his weapons. I'm thinking a pair of axes for his primary, and his backup will be a pair of blunderbusses. So that way he's got the option for both sets. But for right now, this will still work. What have we got here? We've got Primal Wind, Scoria, Primal Rock, Claws, more stuff. And what did we find on the body? Healing Hands. Grants lesser lay on hands once per encounter. Always good to have backup healing. In fact, I'm going to give that to you, Jyoti. Just so you've got some additional healing capability on... Because I already have lay on hands. I don't need a lesser version of it. What else have we got? We've got a pistol. Kind of worthless. Still, not going to say no to more supplies. We can always sell them later to buy better supplies elsewhere. Doesn't look like there's much here. This island is utterly inhospitable. Holy shit. Literally just a fucking island filled with sand. Fragment of a fallen keep stands like a monument to ruin and a beacon for plunder. Rough, it's coarse, and it gets everywhere. That it does indeed, Tenwin. Not even gonna lie, I don't like sand. I do not. Like, I'm being unironic here. I'm not doing this for the Anakin meme. I really do not like sand. I don't like going to the beach, and I don't like dealing with sand. Like, it is aggravating. You find a ruined tower rising up from top of a low hillock. The wood and stone structure is stained by oily smoke residue, and a smattering of masonry is spread out from the tower's base in a wide fan. Glitter is worse, though. Yes, but glitter is man-made, and you can avoid it for the most part. It seems to have suffered from some kind of explosion. Sand is all natural and is Mother Nature's way of saying fuck you in particular. Take some time to search the tower. Find a battle-worn grimoire. Right click for the... It's not letting me open it. Why is it not letting me open it? Oh, whatever. Keep searching. Handful of common gems. Pyrite. Very nice. There's nothing left. Alright. Let me go ahead and hand that off to you, just in case. Oh, good. That's the same as the one we could have bought from the merchant, so I'm glad we didn't do that. That saved us about 500 gold pieces. The fact that that tower said it was soot-covered and oily with smoke residue has me very worried as to what's inside the Cavern of Zaur-Tuk-Tuk. Hello? Please let me go inside. Thank you. You come upon the opening to a small cave. Putrid gusts of hot air burp from within, and you hear the faint chitter and hiss of Zarips in earnest conversation. Let's do it. Your boots crunch under the drift of brittle bones as you creep into the Zarip lair. Let's do something stupid and see if we find another Drake. Also, yes, our party orientation is completely fucked. Okay, no. Adair here, Seraphine here, Jyoti there. Actually, Jyoti, go ahead and get in the middle right there, and we'll put Aloth in the back.
Yeah.
Still got the melee weapon. Aloth has his ranged weapon. There we go. There we go. Let's keep quiet. All right. Keep stealth for a bit here. I want to be very careful. Zarips probably have traps too. Wouldn't surprise me. What have we got over here? Ooh, Sigil of Atrophy Wardstone. Wardstone. What the fuck? Offers safeguards against dangerous powers of sigils. Sigils take many different forms, but all sigils pulse dangerous magic when they are approached. Wardstones counter the corresponding sigil magic for the user and all nearby allies. Immunity to the Sigil of Atrophy. The glyph emblazoned on this wardstone provides protection from any sigil associated with the symbol. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to put that on myself real fast. So if I go into my inventory, this will put that right there for right now.
Of course.
Doesn't look like... Well, so much for that.
I'm afraid Zoom.
Go ahead and grab me a paralyzation. Seraphine, go ahead and give me an eye blight on the whole group. Oh boy, there's a lot of them.
This is futile.
That, did we miss? No, my game decided to use... Did I not? What happened to my focus then?
I'm fixing to be sick.
It's okay, Jyoti. Hold on. Okay, no, we did paralyze that guy. Good. Go ahead and paralyze him now. Go ahead and give yourself that Lesser Lay on Hands. Adair, go ahead and... Oh no, that's a Flame Blight. We can't even do anything about that. Go ahead and get the Priest.
I'm not sure I
Knock him on his ass, please. Aloth, doing good on the spells. I got no problem there. Give me another blindness on them, Seraphine. Go ahead and... no, just hold out. Let's do a little bit more damage. There we go. There we go. We got some damage. Now go ahead and paralyze. There we go. Did we seriously miss? We missed while he was paralyzed. Are you fucking kidding me? God fucking damn it. That's fine. We got him. Go. Oh, lots of barrels. Oh, we pulled them away from that sigil, which is good. That probably made things quite a bit easier. Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Ooh. Shimmer scale. +1 to enemies engaged, +2 shield deflection, +5 all defenses against fire, +10 all defenses against gaze. Small shield is made from the scale of a long-dead dragon. Inlaid with mother of pearl and polished to a shine, it once belonged to a Zarip who inherited it on the death of his clutch mother, who in turn inherited it from the tribe's shaman, who was gifted it by a dragon their tribe worshipped in recognition of his devotion. It's yours now. That's kind of... Always check the enchantments? I mean, why wouldn't you? We'll go ahead and hand that off to Adir. I don't think there was anything else, really. Oh, a champion spear. Just has +5 accuracy. It has, ooh, a brass teo. The base currency of the Kingdom of Rautai is the brass teo, or hand. Though the coin bears no resemblance to a hand, Rautaians named the coin for its ability to pay for goods and services after a common saying, the hand performs the labor. Interesting. Doesn't look like there's anything else, so the rest of that can go in there. Hey, dear, here you go, my dude. Just a straight-up better shield. There you go. Drop that off. Actually... Yeah, that doesn't affect his accuracy any, so now at least he's got a buckler when we engage with melee. Fine with that. Nothing else, really. Is the dagger better than the battle axe? It does have a higher accuracy, and it's got fine on it, but he's mainly using the hand mortar. The battle axe is just a deterrent for right now. Does affect his accuracy, didn't show up until you equip the rapier. Oh, shit, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right, shit. Never mind. We'll keep the buckler off then.
I shall.
Forgot about that. I forgot about that. That was in the base game, too. There we go. Let's see what's in these. Egg. Okay, deal with that shit. Break it. Break it down. Break it down. Come on, people.
Yes?
Let's go ahead and crack that open. Crack that open. Game, are you gonna...
I shall.
Please attack the barrel. Really? There we go. Maybe Adir should be better at this. There we go. Rice wine, water, and a cuttlefish. Oh, wait. That's a... Is that a pet? No, it's an ingredient. Oh. I was about to say that. Also, you didn't check where the unique butler can go when you enchant. Oh, right. The full enchantment menu. I keep forgetting about that. Usually caught by accident in fishing nets or crab traps, these cunning creatures often find themselves in a pot nonetheless. The tentacles and mantle are usually sauteed or fried, though some connoisseurs prefer to eat it raw. Aw. I was hoping it was another pet, but I guess food is worthwhile too. Let me see here. Ooh, so polished scales, which is the +10 defense, can be upgraded to mirrored scales with a 50% chance to reflect glaze attacks, or a warped scale, which just gives straight up immunity. Thermal deflection, which is +5 defense against fire, can be upgraded to ablation, +2 burn armor, and +5 defense. Or thermal reflection, 20% chance to reflect fire attacks. Interesting. I mean, we're probably not going to keep it for long enough to get full use out of it, but it is interesting to see how the enchantments all go about. These are not gunpowder barrels, so we can just go ahead and store that. Grab some additional supplies. A palm stone. Moving the stringy husk reveals a wooden nut about the size and shape of a cannonball. Crackling with energy, cracking the shell exposes tender white flesh and a well of tangy juice. Price is well worth the effort. Palm stone is quite tasty, though overconsumption could lead to digestive distress. Is this literally just a coconut? Yeah, it's literally just a coconut, but with a different name.
Of course.
Oh. Oh. A Zarip? From between the bars steals a frail and sickly Zarip. It shrinks when you near, pressing itself to the furthest corner of the cage, trembling. Around its neck are the remnants of a bedraggled feathered crest, paint smeared across its face, but the paint is old and flaking and has not been reapplied in some time. Oh, wow. Insight, survival, history. The Zarp's regalia tells you that they must have been an important figure in the tribe, a high priest or a mother, but its condition makes clear that those days are long past. What happened to you? The Zorip watches you with an unreadable expression on its face and says nothing. Break open the cage. You deftly pop the poorly crafted lock off of the cage. The Zarb scrambles to get out of your reach, but when you make no move to capture it, it stares between you and the open door. Blinking rapidly, it tenses and then bursts out. Where's he going? The Zarb watches you intensely. Lift you up. The Zarb scuttles behind you and grabs hold of your leg. It points across the cave to the corpse of a large, well-adorned Zarb, one of their champions, and scowls. Why are you following me? The Zarb tilts its head slowly and blinks. It narrows its eyes like it can't quite figure out what you mean. It glances back at the cage you freed it from, then stares at you expectantly. Do you always follow your leader around? The Zarb clings tightly to your leg and refuses to let go. You want to come with me? It stares up at you unblinking and finally releases your leg. When you make no move to chase it away, it hops up and down excitedly. Adair nods in agreement. Huh. I mean, it's a little condescending that you're considering the somewhat intelligent creature an animal, Adair, but I know your heart's in the right place.
If you told me a few years ago that I'd end up following you on another crazy errand, I'd have said you were out of your mind.
He gives you a dismissive gesture with his pipe hand. Well, to be fair, Adair, that was before a god decided to rip its way out of the ground, smash me into the rock, and blow our entire keep to pieces.
Not because I got anything against you, more that trouble seems to come looking for you wherever you go.
I mean, I tried to settle down after we dealt with Theos. It's not my fault Aothas decided to fucking possess the giant statue underneath my cape.
Yet, here we are again, probably on our way to die. Well, you already did, but me, I mean.
He cocks his head to one side and smiles. Well, I couldn't go having all of the fun by myself. Where would I be without my best friends to come along for the ride?
Oh, real nice of you to share. Someday I'll have to get you a gift. And wouldn't you know it, this time is shaping up to be crazier than the last one.
I mean, I don't know. Theos was pretty crazy and the whole legacy situation was pretty bad, but Aothas seems dead set on quite literally causing some form of the apocalypse, so a bit more widespread than just one country, unfortunately.
But I gotta say, I appreciate how you've handled things. Times like these, staying decent's not as easy as it sounds.
Come on, Adair, you know me. You literally watched me try to be as diplomatic as possible last time. I tried to be diplomatic with the gods themselves. Look where that got us, but still, the point stands.
Thought you were weird at first, of course, but you've surprised me.
Trust me, my friend, it hasn't always been easy.
Well, that's why I mention it. Sometimes it's been anything but. I've been meaning to ask, though. How is it you never seem to lose your way through all this? What is it tells you you're on the right path?
No. I have strong... Okay, I do like how... I like how they wrote passionate as just a little unhinged. I have strong feelings about everything. But no, in all honesty, I'm truthful with myself and with others, and I find that things tend to work out.
Hard to argue with that. And I might get some strange looks if it did.
I am on so much espresso right now. Adair heaves a sigh that sounds like it's been building up for a few months. His smile is tight-lipped and wistful.
When I was a boy, things were simpler. Aothas was more like a character we read about in church.
I mean, I imagine that's how most people view their gods in Eora. Until they actually need something, or they're a priest of a specific god, most of the times you just say your prayers and move on with your lives. It is a bit easier to worship a god when their worst traits are swept under the rug.
Yeah, I guess it was.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into a city to see the marching band. Have you seen the old English version of that song, Tenwin. Someone did a medieval cover with like old English, and it's actually really fucking good. Oh shit. Shit. Hold on. I actually have to look up what the name is. Give me 1 second then, because I highly recommend it. Let me see here. All correctly. Fuck. What is it? There we go. That, so I don't get copyright struck. That. Here. There you go, Tenwin. I sent it to you on the Twitch messages stuff. I highly recommend it as a cover. People reacting to Black Parade is glorious. I mean, I haven't really seen a reaction to it. I just like the song, but it's a cover that a guy called Miracle Aligner did, and it's done. He worked with a couple of other language YouTubers to translate the song into Old English, and it sounds. And then he used like medieval style instruments. It sounds really good, and as even people in the comments have pointed out, it's a song that's so steeped in like its analysis of death. It sounds exactly like something that like ancient Germanic pagans would listen to. Like it really does.
Well, most stories had him helping folks or making the world work as it should.
He adopts the smile and gently pointed finger of a coaxing parent.
Pray to him. He might help you too.
He lets the finger drop, and the smile fades.
There was no cost to it. No confusion about his will or followers taken into extremes.
Well, I mean, that's because they were teaching people how to be better people. No one wants to go to extremes in those situations, but most people aren't put in those situations in the first place.
Following Aethys was right. Had no reason to question.
He pauses. It could be the light, but the creases around his eyes and mouth seem longer and deeper than your memory of them.
Do you think there's any way that following him could still be the right path? After all we've seen?
I suppose it's possible, if the cause is actually just. But maybe you're asking the wrong person. My experience with the gods so far has been that many of their causes are anything but.
This better be some cause for all the damage he's done. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to get depressing. I think this was just a long way of saying I appreciate the way you've guided things. Makes me feel like I'm doing some good, going with you.
He shakes his head, with a look on his face like he's just remembered a joke. I feel sorry for Adair. It really feels like he's trying to go back to just being like, look, I just believe in Aothasian teachings, but I'm not so big on the god anymore. But every time he tries, the world just keeps throwing him back into some stupid bullshit with Aothas. And it just keeps dragging him back into it. It's a shame. The hell is up here?
That looks like something.
Hello? What's here? Erdo, another fine dagger. I'll take that. The daggers aren't really that useful, but I'll take them. I'll take them. Go ahead and... yeah, we'll keep that on. Switch back to the pistols.
Of course.
Alright, I guess we're done in here. I don't know... Is there anything else? Yeah, she trots along beside you, tail held high. Alright, it doesn't count as a pet or anything. She's just following us. Alright. Note you have the atrophy debuff? Oh. Oh. Oh, because we fully explored it. Ooh. Oh. I mean, calling it Shit Sand Island doesn't sound like the best idea now. Fuck. This is kind of interesting. How about... Well, we killed a drake and some Zarips here, and we found what looked to be a castle or a keep that was destroyed by fire. How about blackened Scale Island. There we go. So wait, does that... Is that actually going to like show up on the map? Oh, it does. Blackened scale. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is so fucking cool. Also check your crew. Why? What's going on? Minimum crew, travel speed. Known sailors. Wait, what? Oh! Oh, so she can join the crew. Oh, that's cool. Can we... So wait. Why? You must return to the shipyard and... Oh, okay. But now she's sort of in our roster, so to speak. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's actually really cool. Oh, hi. Sup, beggar with... Oh, I just realized what the Principi symbol is. It's a moon underneath, over an upside down crown. Because they came from Old Valia, and traditionally, an upside down, like, regal symbol is a sign of distress. Most national colors, if they're flown upside down, mean distress. So it's literally their flag is the mark of them having to flee Old Valia. That's a cool touch. That's a really cool touch. Oh. Oh, you came right for me. Oh. I think I've got a better Ooh, ship defenders will help fend off an opponent that attempts to engage in deck-to-deck combat. Can I save? Does not appear that I can. View details. He's got some generic Principi sit. Okay, I didn't even want to fight you guys because you guys were trying to help me, but now you're attacking me. But I guess the Principi don't exactly have centralized command and control, so to speak. So they have their own factions and whatnot. Would I be better off going for naval combat? I think I would, because he's only got one cannon. The Deerwood Hognose versus our two Deerwood Hognoses. So even if we get into a broadside fight, also what happens on the seas stays on the seas. Oh, right. Nobody can spread any bad mouthing about you if there's no fucking survivors. I'm thinking we'd be better off in a naval fight than we would be on boarding, because he's got quite a few crew members. Beggar Withfrith, one of the plain-faced Orlans. The Scuttler versus the Defiant. You are 2 levels higher than them. Yeah, and I kind of want the gear. Boarding party. Also, it's fucking pirate combat. Sure, we'll get plenty of opportunities to fight in a broadside duel later. Hopefully they don't all have guns, or this is going to be a problem. Let's do it.
Onward.
Oh, and this creates a natural choke point, so we can actually take full advantage of that. Oh. Shoot him in the face. And we're going to go ahead and drop that right on top of them. Oh, that's a lot of guns. That is exactly what I was worried about. That's a lot of guns. Fuck. Seraphin, give me a blinding spell on their front line, please. Ow! Oh, fuck.
Fight on, Joti.
Am I seriously Oh, that's not good. That's a lot of damage.
That looks complicated.
This was exactly what I was worried about. They have way too many people with guns. Also, I'm pretty sure my crew is getting fucking killed. Go ahead. Knock this fucker on his ass, please. Go ahead and cast that. Go ahead and cast that. He's out of spells there. We're going to go ahead and paralyze this dude. Did I seriously... God damn, I'm doing no damage with this shit. I mean, I know my character's not the best at melee fighting, but this is really bad. And Aeloth's down now. God damn it.
Still hasn't learned how to take a hit.
Yeah, this was, there's too many fuckers with guns and shit. I'm about to get shot in the back. Yeah. Fun fact, when you get more companions, with all the companions in the ship, they will fight for you even if they aren't in the party. I mean, there's a genuine reason to level and upgrade companions to keep them efficient during the boarding. And we just got our fucking asses kicked. Alright, well, I don't know where we saved last because the... And Ader got back up and immediately got shot in the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We barely... Oh no, the load save was... Okay, hold on, no. We're just gonna load from the cavern then. Yeah, we don't have the numbers yet because there's too many ranged enemies. Black and scale. Okay, we're gonna try that again. Fuck me. That did not go well. Okay, I don't suppose we could try to escape them. Okay, good. They left us alone. Oh my god, why can't we go? Ah. See, this is aggravating. This is aggravating. You'd think you'd be able to sail through that, but you can't. Fine, we're gonna land here. Game, let me land here. Thank you. Oh, cannon shot. Sweet. Curacao. Another fucking desert island. You can also just wander in circles until Beggar passes. Ah, yeah. Oh, more Zarips. Hold on. More Zarips. Another... Ooh, 2 levels higher, but we have a full party. Also, yeah, Cursive Atrophy. Oh, that probably was not helping us any. Shit. Okay, hold on. Where's my inventory? And that's literally a one-time use. That's kind of annoying.
Nice and
That's a bounty target? I mean, if I can take it... It's just a priest and 1 drake. We could try to take this on and see if we can do it.
Trouble.
Oh, yeah, I see the priest. I see the... Oh, Sigil of Darkness. That's... Yeah. AK, they don't require you to take the quest to spawn, which is neat. Yes, it is. Okay, hold the phone here. How close can we... How close can we get? We can actually get... Ooh, we can actually get pretty close because they're not moving around. Okay, okay. Or not. Never mind. I was mistaken. I made a mistake. All right, Ader, go after him. I want to paralyze you right off the get-go. Aloth. Busting wounds. Causes enemy wounds in the area to ignite, inflict the additional burn damage over time every time they receive damage. But it only lasts 8.2 seconds is the problem. Remember, Ader got bonuses to stealth due to his partial rogue multiclass. Oh, yeah, that would be good to remember. Okay, just go ahead and engage. Give me a blinding spell on him. Jody, just... I'm really considering switching you to ranged weapons because you are too squishy for the fucking front lines. Yep, Ader, draw his attention. Please. Why didn't you cast it? There we go. Mental bite. Did it work? Yes, it did. Okay, shoot him twice. Switch to melee. Go. Now we've got plenty of that. Whisper of Treason on the priest.
This is futile.
There we go. Jody, Jody. Fine. Switch to your gun then. She actually hit him? No, she missed. Of course she did. Come on, we almost got him. There we go. All right, wait for the priest. He's about to... Let me... Seraphim. Actually, no, you don't. So we're gonna... Mental Binding. Wait for it. There we go. Paralyze. Perfect. Oh, that went perfectly.
I shall.
Very nice. Ooh, Ring of the Solitary Wanderer. +1 to resolve and glance Lone Wolf. While there are no allies nearby, become exceptionally resistant to hostile effects. I'm guessing that is fucking vital if you're doing some kind of weird solo run through this game. And, ooh, a Token of Faith +2 to resolve. Nice. Okay, hold on. Give me the magic items real fast. We'll see who we can put those on. So, hold on. Resolve does what exactly? Reduces enemy hostile effect duration, increases your deflection, increases will. Who is missing a medallion right now? Amulet of Health. Honestly, yeah, Resolve would probably work better on you. You can also give the ring to Adir, I think. +1 to Resolve naturally, and if he's ever away from the rest of the party, he'll get bonuses. You mean the ultimate, which only 12 people have ever done? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Jesus Christ, that's insane. I can't imagine having to try and do that. And then we have a Token of Faith, which is just a +2 to Resolve naturally. Resolve is okay, but it's not the best. Let's go ahead and give that to Seraphim.
Well, this'll impress some ladies.
Of course.
Yeah, get that bling going, Adir. Can we kill that from range? That's the question. There we go. Just break that down. Let's not even get close to this damn thing. Keep reloading. It's fine. You got this, Jody. Almost there. God, that thing takes a lot of fucking damage. I am glad I did not fight that. Like, I am so glad I did not fight these two while I was standing next to that thing. That would have been fucking bad. I can already tell. I'll bet you the darkness thing probably puts like a blindness effect or something on people. Doesn't look like there's anything else around here, though. Alright. Accuracy debuff? Yeah, I'm glad that I was smart and noticed that there are worse ones. I'm sure there are. What else is on this island? Looks like an oasis? Yep. Oh, so we don't get to name this one? It's kind of bullshit. Unless it's considered part of this one, but then why would we get to name that first? That doesn't make any sense. Sigil of Death straight up adds wounds. Oh, God. That sounds horrible. We'll try going around the southern tip of this island. Oh, Fanged Strait. Speaking of which, how are we doing on supplies? Ooh, yeah, we're going to need to go ahead and take all that ale, add it in there, add the water in there, add the fresh fruit into there, add the rice into there. We'll go ahead and add that into the rotation as well as far as food goes. Fanged Strait. Oh dear. Are we going to be able to move through here? The water darkens off the starboard bow of your ship, and the jagged spurs and spits rise from the waves in the near distance. Raised voices carry from the helm. Teotara Marvel is near here. Every sailor must see at once. Heima's hands are clasped together in urgent entreaty. But Beodul is clenching the wheel with a white-knuckled determination. I don't care if it's Andra's salty bosom herself. We're not sailing through a reef. Beodul notices you and relaxes. Pardon, Captain. Help me talk some sense into Heima. Heima gapes at you both. And miss our chance? Sailors wait weeks for weather and seas this smooth. You ever waited to see the Teotara Marvel, this is the time. Some of the other crew have gathered to listen, a hopeful shine in their eyes. What is the Teotara Marvel? Heima shrugs. Supposed to be a grand sight. Ancient mystery, I haven't seen it myself. Eldengram nods. Aye, a greybeard I crewed with claimed to have seen it. Swore it brought him 10 years of good luck and a favorable wind. The other sailors murmur eagerly. Beodul sighs. Even if this marvel is close, there's no guarantee we'll see it by going through a damned reef. Little Luca, do we have charts to guide us through this reef? She nods half-heartedly. They're patchy, but they'll do, assuming Beodul can get us through. Beodul scowls at Luca. Chittapek, what's the condition of the hull? It's in good repair, Captain. I wouldn't sail through a reef myself, but there's a good time to try it. This is it. Take us through. The dead coral juts from the surface, grasping above like the legs of a spider, and the wind whistles as it passes across the jagged structures. Below the water, schools of fish splash among brilliant reefs. Oh, that didn't work. Beodul attempts to guide the ship through, but with a shudder that rattles your bones, the vessel scrapes against the reef. Sound of tearing wood echoes from the deck, and a hand scatter, descending into the hold to locate and repair any damage before it spoils the stores. Beodul gained a small amount of experience. The hull of the Defiant takes 10 damage. Medicine supply lost 6. Unfortunate, but not too bad. The variated shallows gives way to a blue depths. An enormous sinkhole opens around you, yawning wide enough to swallow a fleet. Beodul sighs with relief as Hema searches the horizon for any sign of the mythical marvel, and the Defiant sails on. Gain some morale, gain more experience, and earn one sailor experience. Okay. And that frees up our ability to pass through here. Oh god, there's so much to explore. Ooh, the Vakara Reef. 500 XP learned. Oh. We'll save that for later, because judging from how that went, we probably don't have the skills for that shit yet. Also, I'm assuming we have to head into port in order to repair our ship. There's probably very little we can do while we're out here. Alright, let's keep heading this way. See, I don't get... What's the... That's weird that it's like, oh yeah, you can name this island, but you can't name this island, even though you also encountered stuff on there. Oh, because it's considered part of... It's part of an existing... Oh, okay, because the Wakari Reef is this whole area. I see how it is, game. Save before you head into the Fang Strait? Wait, what? Did I just miss what you were saying? I think I might have missed entirely that you typed that before I went in there. You saw that late? Yeah, I saw that really late. Oh. Okay, Valiant Trade Company. Don't have to worry about them. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, buddies. I'm not here to bother you. Ooh. Oathbinders. Oh god, is that followers of Wodaka? Oh, good lord. Okay, game, please, when I select the fucking thing... Thank you. Way out of your... Well, I wish there was a way for it to say that, but we can pick up some supplies while we're here, at least. Water. What else is on this island? An old battleground. Okay, we'll leave that be for now. We really should make our way up to the port. Doesn't do us any good to just keep delaying that. Not over much, at least. Okay, hold on. How far away are we? You get a quest that guides you there. But from what I recall, it's a bit beyond you at the moment. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, there we go. All right, just start heading in that direction. There we go. Oh, a lethargic, misshapen bird drops a damp missive onto the deck. To Savani, captain of the Defiant. I know what you're thinking. I have too many lovable cats, dogs, pigs, birds, and pigs. Like you, I once thought that I'd take out any stray pet and care for their needs and shower each with equal affection. But we limited beings have only so much love to spread around, unpleasant, unfair, and unfortunate. That's why I took it upon myself to optimize affection and curtail my creature care. I bring you the Critter Cleaver. What? The Cleaver is a handy Ethics 3 apparatus yanked from a genuine Engwithan dig site and restored to glorious functionality. Simply slide your favorite feline down on one end and let the Cleaver do its charm. What? The best is yet to come. See, the Cleaver remembers. Stick a white bird in there, it remembers. Purple pig, it remembers. It even remembers your pet's strengths, weaknesses, and favorite places to poop. Now your furry friend isn't going to slide out of the Cleaver's business end same as it went in. No, they come out different. Better sometimes. That's where it gets fun. Combinations. Want a bird to think like a pig? Want a cat to think like a different, better cat? The Cleaver provides. You'll be doing me a favor of epic proportions if you give the Critter Cleaver a whirl. Once folks see you using it, everyone will want to turn. I've moved into the far wall of the dark cupboard, which at Pariki's overlook at Nekataka. You can find the Cleaver just due west of the Wooden Fella, a friend and fellow animal lover. P.S. I fixed the insert receptacle so it no longer accepts Orleans. Gave it a good scrubbing. You are welcome. I'm going to brutally murder this man. He's talking about cutting animals up and putting them back together. I will not give you my pets, good sir. Fuck you. Sounds like we need to fucking find this guy and fucking shove him into the Critter Cleaver. How would you like that, asshole? There's an achievement for it. I just went in there, saved, used it once and reloaded. Well, I have no such compunctions, Tenwin. I will not be doing it at all. When I find this guy, he'll be lucky I don't shoot him in the face. Telling me to fucking kill my pets. Best RPG cities ever made. That's a pretty high bar. Oh, welcoming committee. Oh boy. Hi. As you walk down the dock, you approach as noted by a cadre of heavily armored Amawa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. Though the harbor master says nothing as she surveys you, You note a telltale sneer and a twitch of revulsion that are all too familiar.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
The Amawa cranes her thick neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
I mean, on the one hand, it's a very reasonable assumption to make, Adair. Let's be very fucking honest. But two, Adair has a point.
Are you a farmer?
Well, I mean, Adair is.
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers, too.
Oh, please don't bring Durrance up. I swear that man can tell when we're talking about him. Also, Adair, maybe don't tell the legitimate authorities of the island that we're a bunch of rabble-rousers either. That's not a great first impression. As her attention returns to you, the Amawa's mood becomes a bit more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Neketaka.
Talk about him enough and he might show up. That would be hilarious, but yeah, I don't think they've done that. Oh, right, because we're Dreadfire Archipelago. Maui at... Oh, boy. Maui at Kazukaka, Auherne. Netozo Akiu Kehe, Maka e Koho e. I probably butchered that. It's kind of sounding like Polynesian or Hawaiian to some extent, but I probably butchered that. The harbor master's face twists in annoyance, and she takes a half step closer to you.
May, Rika. No one gets through without good reason. Not even locals.
I'm just trying to be friendly. God help me, I try to be diplomatic with everybody, and I get my face bitten off half the time, which is impressive considering most of you can't see my actual face. The woman and men behind the harbor master set their jaws and straightened their backs at their leader's word. Deep within you, you feel an uncomfortable roiling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the dim, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak, each word coming slowly, falling with what sounds like the chiming of a bell. Surprisingly rare, most RPGs, when your character, depending on where they are from, can actually speak different languages. Yeah.
Show them.
Okay, Mom.
Show them what you are.
Fine, Mom. Concentrate on folding the edge of the in-between. You close your eyes and turn your mind inward, blocking out the sounds of the harbor and the menacing pack of the guards. Soon, all you hear is the rushing of blood in your head and a muffled chime ringing somewhere far off.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chime is now clearer, rhythmic. 2 successive peals followed by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes. The harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably trying to get your attention, yelling in your face, but you hear no words. Only the ringing of the chime as your heart rate slows and slows and slows and slows.
Now.
What? What is this?
Run for it!
Why did I take her advice? Well, now the whole island knows we're here, and they scared shitless. Yeah, this is the last time I take Mom's advice on anything. God fucking damn it. Why did I even try? Whew, cannonballs. Well, if you're all just gonna leave this shit here and run screaming just because I showed off that I wasn't kidding about being a chosen of Bareth, well, not my fault. I'll just take what I can get. Oh boy, hardtack. Clack, clack. More cannonballs. Oh, we're full up on those. Alright, sounds good to me. Oh boy, big old city. Ready to get a job, just walk in through the door, grab the CEO's hand, and refuse to leave without a job. I mean, you say that, but in RPGs, that is unironically pretty much exactly how it works. Oh, merchant. Hey!
Watcher.
Tiverus. Is it really you?
Pallegina! Hot damn!
Hey, I know those feathers. Pallegina.
It's been ages. But what's happened to your armor?
Oh, right. Her ending. She was exiled. Oh.
You two know each other? I mean, I wouldn't
Oh,
be
dear.
jealous if you did.
Jyoti's eyes flick back and forth between you and Pallegina. She bites at her bottom lip but says no more. Jyoti, you don't have to worry. Pallegina has no interest in romance. Unfortunately.
Know this last Cap? Oh, I weren't aware you favored feathers.
Stylish. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Yeah, that is definitively a downgrade. It's not even necessarily the details. It's the way her expression, her portrait is the only one that is flat. It's staring directly at the camera, essentially. And it makes her face look wider and longer than it was in the original, which is weird because her face was described as very, very bird-like, very pointed. Previous portrait she had was so yeah, it was straight up better. Doing great, Silas. Doing great. Hope you're doing well as well. Pallegina's mouth hangs open in shock. Though her hair and feathers have the same immaculate grooming as when you last saw her, the 5 suns on her breastplate have been carefully scratched off. She looks down at the armor and then back up to you with a pained glance.
I'm sure that even at Cadnua, you must have heard what happened when I returned to the Republics.
I did. I'm sorry things didn't work out for you. I would say that you would always have a home at Cadnua, but, well, about that. She glances away and gives an appreciative nod. You can see the muscles in her jaw clenching as the seconds pass.
The Republic survived. That is the most important thing. And here the company's business seems to be getting on fine without my interference.
Are you working for the Valian Trading Company? A pathetic laugh escapes her lip. She turns her gaze down and shakes her head.
No company associated with the Dukes will employ me now. I get by working as a ship guard. At least I can be among my people, even if they look down on me.
Her ending's the most impacted by Witch God. Yeah. I kind of feel bad about it, because we were really encouraging her to try and think and act for herself, but yeah, unless you go with the Magrin, Gallowayne ending, then it really doesn't, it doesn't fit with what her people were looking for. I am glad to see you again, though. And I could use your help. We're hunting Aothas. Her eyebrows arch, the membranes of her eyes sliding out and back as the weight of your words hit her.
I suppose I should not be surprised, considering all we went through. But no, I will not be coming with you, Watcher. I would be lucky if I wound up dead.
No. Either you go with Galloway and her make your own choice, or any other god and she follows orders. Yeah. Oh, come on. Things didn't turn... Oh, that's not the right thing to say. No, it won't be like that. I promise.
Watcher.
A mixture of sadness and anger flashes across her face, quickly replaced with her familiar, calm expression. She nods once, then turns to go.
Maybe we don't start with the part about Aethys next time?
I mean, I don't know. I thought, oh man, now I feel really bad. We need to make it up to her. We need to find some way to make it up to her. We need to get in good with the Valians and try to get her some kind of pardon. Rolls of fabric and garment. What did it say? Various materials arranged here with fine 6 spools of thick yarn. Oh, I feel really bad now. Well, hold on. I guess we got to start talking to these merchants.
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss.
That is really not the voice I would have expected from a large Amawan dude. The tailor eyeballs your shoulder with, doing some mental calculations. Let me see what you have.
Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
Ooh. Vadran's cover grants Steeled in Darkness, +2 to stealth, +1 to resolve. During nighttime, this aura grants all nearby allies, excluding the wearer, a bonus to their stealth skill and result, so it probably matches it. Yeah. An Orlan warrior from the Fisher Crane tribe served Erglonfoth with distinction during the War of Black Trees. He was infamous among the encroaching soldiers of the Deerwood for his rapid raids into the hearts of their outposts, primarily under the cover of darkness. Vadran's cloak, much like its former owner, is a practical thing. Dirt, moss, and blood have made the simple homespun garment into a mottled mosaic that seems to disappear among the rock and trees. The frayed hem is silent, even when drawn over stones and dry leaves. With the Glenfathan defeat and the end of the war, Vadran and his most loyal followers made their way to the Deadfire, where they plundered merchant ships for years. This cloak is all that remains of the fabled leader. We've got various hats, tricorns, and capes. Royal Deadfire Company, Valiant Trading Company, some enduring clothing. Yep, base armor rating of 3. Is that the same as the one I've got? Yeah, Valiant Frock Coat, Dancer's Outfit, Karu, Mataru, Roparu, Beer Wooden Clothing, Principe. Oh, very nice. And a Cloak of Deflection. Very nice. Nothing I want to... we need to find a central person to sell all of our shit to, because this interface is still going to give us trouble like last time.
Care for a fish or two, stranger? Today's catch, ripped straight from the hands of the salty winch.
Let me see what you have. Cuttlefish, hagfish, silverfin, snapper. Ooh, crew morale +3. Very expensive, though. Fish roe, fire kelp, oysters. Okay, the usual, the usual. Amid the barrels and boxes are crates stamped with the symbol of the Royal Deadfire Company. Wait, is this... No, no reputation loss. Okay, I don't have to worry about that. Anything down here? No. Oh, wow, this place is big. A dog! And it's neglected. Save the dog. Save the dog. Where did the dog go? Where did the dog go? Didn't it? There we go. Dog. Put dog in inventory. Dog gives +1 intellect to the whole party and moves more quickly in combat. Cool. What does the cat do? +1 perception. We've had a bunch of perception events and a bunch of intellect events, so it doesn't really matter which one we use right now.
Mm-hmm.
The hunter sells some stuff? Hunter? Hold on. Strong musky animal smell clings to this straw bedding. Ooh, repair supplies. Very nice. What? Did I skip? Oh, you're right.
Welcome.
Oh.
Venturing out past the city. You'll want supplies. Crab traps or the like for larger game, I warrant. Of course.
Clay grub figurine. 2 cave grublings. Unfortunately, it only has 8 uses. So. Yeah. Bear claw trap, fine dagger. Ungent of animalism. +2 athletics, +2 survival. Not bad. And it's an ungent. Used in or out of combat to provide various benefits, typically increasing one or more user skills. So it really seems like consumables to up skills are not only way more common, but way more diverse. And that actually makes them fairly useful outside of things. Like you can just use them to help pass skill checks that you know are coming.
Dora must think I work for free.
You do ship repair, my friend?
Be with you in just a... Almost had it. Damn your eyes.
The sun-scarred dwarf gingerly picks at a splinter in his thumb, muttering.
Hazard of the work, really.
He gives up with a frustrated grunt, shaking his hand.
Came in on the sloop? I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it.
Can't wait to see his where... Wait, what? Are you having trouble... Or, hold on. Zamar bares his teeth and grinds them hard enough to sound over the noise of the dock. Having trouble with a client.
Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower.
Zamar pulls at the end of his beard and winces.
While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild mare gobbles up her coin. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal.
Zamar winces and tugs harder on his beard in self-administered punishment.
If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net.
I don't know why that's a clever answer. What kind of deal are these pirates offering?
One where I mend Principe ships and no others.
Zamar pulls his hair back from his face with both hands, but it only returns to its tangled configuration.
Here I'd have thought a shipwright would be eager for an exclusive contract. In particular, one with clients disposed towards getting their ships shot to shit and shot again.
Folk like that come by coin easy, only to lose it all again. I'm not sinking my business on the say-so of a pack of puffed-up bilge rats. Bastards are driving away business until I give in.
I'm surprised you haven't found a way to settle these differences already.
Because I've got a backlog of work through the next turning of the wheel. And I'm old, damn it. These hips won't carry me to the mare and back without a fight.
In other words, we need to go to the Wild Mare. Well, that's just fine and dandy.
Mare's a right popular place. There are worse favors I could ask.
If it, say, bought me a small discount on ship repairs, I'd be willing to hunt down Radora.
You'd do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully.
Zamar untangles his hand from his beard to link his thumb and forefinger with a wink.
It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it?
Zamar spits towards the dock pilings and glances back at the work still to be done. I'd like to see your goods, though.
Come take a look.
He steps aside to show you the contents of his warehouse. Oh! 5 minimum crew, 60 hull health, 25 sail health, 55% hit chance for a Voyager. 7 crew, 75 hull health, 40 sail health, 60% hit chance for the Dow. Takes slightly longer to turn, but if I remember correctly, Dow ships tend to be faster. Voyager is the faster. Is that what we have right now? Or is that... Is it what we have right now? Retrain, that's... Oh, more crewmen. Though they are more expensive. And I'm not seeing... Oh, she's a seasoned cannoneer, but other than that... You have a sloop. Ah. Then there's a galleon, minimum crew 8, hull health 120. These take much longer to turn. And a junk, minimum crew 9, hull health... Oh, that's actually interesting. More crew, same hard chance to turn, but a better hit chance, better sail health, but lower hull health. Interesting. Got some Mage Weave sails, sail health, travel speed is higher, very nice. These are expensive though. Combat speed, travel speed, ooh, very nice. And he has cannons. Junks are fun, partially due to size and partially due to the fact that you can make polish my junk jokes. Yes. Medical supplies, cannon shot. He's got the usual stuff. He's got Tarloaf, which is one of the better baseline stuff. He's got some Hognose, Adir channel guns, Iron Thunderers, Imperial long guns, double bronzer. Adiran hull treatment gives additional health. Warship reinforcements reduces combat speed and travel speed, though. Cottonweave sails reduces sail health but increases travel speed. Vithrak silk sails. Interesting. A steel anchor increases travel speed. Arcane lanterns, more travel speed. Can you tell I'd like to increase my travel speed as much as possible? Ooh, upgrades the cabins of the captain to be more pen created to house all of the extra pets that cannot be taken on adventures. We're probably going to need that at some point. Living steel. Anchors of living steel are less burdened for using materials infused with soul essence. Ships incorporating living steel are more maneuverable without sacrificing functionality. Interesting. A Magronite flamethrower. Oh, PoE 2 is absolutely the in-game right now. Are you referring to Pillars of Eternity, or are you referring to Paths of Exile 2 there, Negratep? Gotta say, because this is not the same PoE 2, unfortunately. All the ships have unique insights. Ooh, very interesting. Ideal range 0 to 75 meters. Oh boy, we can roleplay as a Magronite fucking priest, or if we really want to. Light lantern, more travel speed. Lurker helm and rudder, also additional combat speed. Palm sails have way lower health, but way higher travel speed. Very interesting. Oh yeah. Oh, and I like this. Each individual vendor has their own discount. I'd rather pay PoE 2 than PoE 2, so I think I'm in the right place. Okay, Negratep, thank you for showing up, man. There's also 2 other hidden ships, but I ain't spoiling that. Thank you for not spoiling that, 10-1. Can't wait to find out how it's going to turn out. What else we can get there? Mars now over here, so... we've been through there. Swing down this way now. See what the rest of this side looks. We gotta find a way to make it up to Pallegina. We pushed her in that direction, and it came back to bite her in the ass. We need to make that up to her. Oh, wait, what? Why are we not?
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the
Oh, we have to
Valiants
go-
for attacking one of their ports.
Well, did they?
Of course not. But the Queen must calm them down before they go to war over it.
Let's head down this way, see what we can find.
I'll handle
Ooh, a book. The Orochian Calendar, which, yes, we've already seen this. That was from the first games. Chu.
Merla, how is every ship hunter taken?
Torch. Drugs. Jade. You're just dancing for no reason. You have a name. Do you have a quest for me? No sooner do you approach the Valian woman than she squints and turns up her nose, regarding you with a thinly veiled distaste.
I only deal with serious clients. Now, Shu.
She makes a sweeping gesture with both hands. What sort of business are you even in?
Not the business of answering questions, Nazenale.
Valian term for a nosy person. Oh.
Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare.
She grimaces towards
When
the
blood
east.
travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
You give out bounties. I'd be more than willing to take some off your hands.
You, a nameless face of the streets?
She thumbs her chin and gives you a thorough looking of her. Could I regale people with my adventures from the first game? Because that would probably be a good way to establish a reputation.
I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but ugh, there is a seed of potential.
Brown Bear, welcome, dude. Good to see you. Oh, hold on, stretching. Oh, there we go. She sighs to herself and peers over your shoulder before giving up and addressing you
We
directly.
will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships.
I'll take the bounty.
Gelarde. Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hazongo's northeastern coast.
Ania studies you once more before shrugging and seeing you off with a wave. All right, farewell. You obviously don't want to talk much, so I'm not going to try to bother you for additional bullshit. Oh, clothing. We'll sell that at some point. Oh. Oh. You duck down into the canal and find yourself kneeling before an iron grate. The reek of sewage wafting from the other side is powerful enough to bring tears to the eyes. The iron bars are set firmly into the surrounding brick, barring any passage onward. Oh, cool. No, I didn't intend to do that, but yes, now that I'm seeing that, yeah, Valiant Trading Company headquarters. Probably best not to try and sneak into their headquarters. Yet.
A giant? One of the Rathun? No, much bigger. Such is the rumor.
Sounds like sailor tales to me.
It's not. Believe me, it is fucking not.
Let's take a look.
Nope, nothing over here. Strange.
I'm here.
Do you have anything else? Nope.
Yes, indeed.
Cobbler.
In the market for decent footwear? You won't find any cat leather around in my shop. Some of us hold ourselves to a higher standard.
The merchant gestures for you to speak free.
Of course.
Let me see what you've got. You've got Shorewalker sandals, additional stride, additional resolve, boots of stealth, very straightforward. Hammer and chisel, we definitely want that. No Stelgar leather? Pass. Haravius is a follower of Galloway, and so he honestly wouldn't mind us using, but he would probably insist that we hunt the Stelgar itself rather than that. Also, does this place even have Stelgar? They might not even know what I'm talking about. Alright, we'll grab the hammer and chisel just in case. Trade that in. Please tell me did it put it in my inventory. Why is it putting it in my inventory? Doesn't need to be in my inventory. Put it in the fucking main inventory. No, go away. There we go. What else is up here? Nothing? Okay. That leads the road south. We'll finish exploring this section right here. See if there's anything else we're missing, and then we'll keep exploring the rest of the town. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm getting a... Oh. The fuck? Okay, random enemies just... Okay. Go ahead and mental binding. Go ahead and eye blight. Game. Please shoot.
Onward.
And then switch. Aha! There we go. That's dealt with. Gain minor reputation, Nekataka. Good.
I shall.
There we go. Horns, leather wings, claws. Give me all that. There we go. Pests dealt with. Alright, don't want to head south just yet. Wild mare at the Peddler's Canal. Does that have a description or something? Or is it? Their wicks fly. Wait. Technically. Oh, okay. Check them out. Valera Estate, Back Alley, larger map. Ooh! Brass Citadel, the Sacred Stair, the Gullet. Population 124,000. Main worshipping of Hylea, Andra, Magrin, and Bareth. Wheat, cotton textiles, leather, silk, marble, sveth, and white leaf. Lots of drugs. Palm oil, rice, coca, pearls, teak, koiku fruit, luminous adra. Oh, that's the exports. Limited monarchy under Queen Onikaza II. Mainly island of Maua, some ocean folk, coastal Maua, savannah folk, mountain dwarf, and other. I would heavily recommend doing Queen's Birth, Pariki's Overlook, and Serpent's Crown before anything else. I mean, we can't get there yet, but I get what you're saying. Oh, we can control our... Okay, we can check our ship from here. And then we can leave town as well. Very interesting. Simply just repeatedly traveling north. Okay. Good to know, good to know. And this is the Wild Mare, which I'm assuming is the brothel/inn. What else is right here? Road East, Luminous Adra Mill, Sansa's Map Emporium, Valera Estate, Dado Estate, Dockside Arms and Armor, and a back alley. So yeah, we'll finish up exploring here and then we'll go. Which district is the Bordello in? I'm pretty sure that's what we're standing in front of right now, Lord Brown Bear. Oh wow, we're up to 6 viewers right now. Very nice. Started a little slow today. Innkeeper!
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend.
A jovial man at the bar grins and motions you closer. His arms are corded with thick muscle and crosshatched
Now,
with scars.
What can I do for you?
Show me what you have for
See anything
sale.
you like?
Backstage storage room, and then the private dance room. +1 cast with level 1 spells and +1 to all skills. That's pretty fucking good. As for your stuff, ooh. Yeah, lots of liquor and alcohol. Immunity to mind affliction attacks. That's, even at the -1 dexterity, that's pretty fucking good. Alos, you sleep in the private dance room. I sleep well. Don't need that. No. Don't need to sell any of that. Well, you are the barkeep, and I think I will continue my tradition of selling anything I don't need to barkeep so that it stays out of the inventory of everybody else. Let's go ahead and sell off the Zarep spears, the medium shields, the quarterstaffs. We don't need that many torches. We'll sell off 2 of them. Do we need the small shield on anybody? No, we don't need the bow on anybody either. No one's really using the daggers. No, actually, I think I have a good idea for that. Sell off the Rao type clothing. Nothing there. Nothing I want to sell there. Book. Sell that. I'm always suspicious about notes that are worth 0 CP, and I'm worried that selling them would be a bad idea. Those are all ingredients. You don't want to touch that. All right, that gave us 205. Wow, we really need to find some better money-making potential here. Ooh. Cavalue Sovagia. Huh. Wonder if that actually means...
that old man?
Oh, there's a bunch of people with names. Okay, hold on. Let's pick out this stuff over here. Oh. Sup? What's in here? Alien clothing, Rapara clothing, a golden obol. Ooh, Rautai clothing, dancer's outfit, dancer's outfit. Alright, alright. Ooh, food. Take that. Lots of people wandering about. You have names.
My one solace from the tedious bureaucracy.
Ado, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
Avalian shouts over the din of the wild mare to get your attention, turning a great many heads to study the exchange. He takes a hearty swig of his tankard. Now, we'll play along. I bet you say that to all of your clients.
No, you mistake me. I am not one of the courtesans. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Oh, right. That's already gotten around town, hasn't it? Fuck. Sovani, Captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
He clumsily unfolds a sheaf of parchment, the tankard slipping in his grasp and spilling ale down the front of his trousers. He gawks down at himself in horror.
Sometimes I practice my speech. Merda, never did it go this poorly.
Here, you could use another. Calm down, my friend.
You know what my problem is, amigo.
He accepts the tankard and drinks deeply.
I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them.
Oh, no one hunts. He stamps his feet, kicking up a spray filled out. How do you wink exactly? Well, if I remember correctly, there are those black, like, voids on the front of the godlike's face, which probably line up to these weird lines right here. Wouldn't surprise me if those kind of function as eyes from the outside. I mean, that kind of makes sense and would kind of fit with the really disturbing nature of the death godlike.
No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak?
Well, what bounties do you have available?
You will take the job? You will take the job.
Okay, calm down, my dude. He grips you by the shoulders and smiles, tears springing to the corner of his eyes.
Something special for my first hunter, then.
He drains the tankard and tucks it under his arm to retrieve a sheaf of notes.
I will start you on Meriel, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's will.
Oh, Aloth, this sounds right up your alley.
My contact saw her leaving Port Mage and heading west of Mage Island.
Well, we didn't head west from Mage, so that might take a while. Before I go, I had some questions.
You have but to ask.
You really seem down on your luck,
It
Aboko.
is true that I have stumbled in my career path.
Aboko clears his throat.
Now that I have such an accomplished hunter, I can stand in the long shadow of your success.
He claps you on the shoulder.
It's not all bad, but the momentum of meeting new clients over drinks and in such enchanting company, it drains the stamina, my friend.
Well, farewell. We'll see about getting that bounty finished at some point in the future. Hey, Redora, you're the person who the local cannoneer is being pissed off
Say
at.
I cannot down the rest? Watch me, amigo.
A Valian sailor raises her tankard and arches her back to invite a torrent of ale down her expected mouth. Holding this pose with nothing to show for it, she taps the tankard's base and furrows her brow at its apparent emptiness. Her companion shakes his head and focuses his attention elsewhere.
It is no wonder I thirst.
As she wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, her eyes widen and meet
This
yours.
is not a temple I expected the gods to frequent.
She gapes at you and swallows. Ugh, everybody constantly comparing me to the gods, which is the last fucking thing I wanted. Speaking of which, Lord Brownbear, you missed a particularly great moment earlier that you'll have to check out on the VOD because I got dragged into an argument with 5 of the gods, and thank goodness Andra was not one of them. Otherwise, I'd have been even saltier. Here, the next grog's on me.
Grassima. Even in the oasis I am parched.
She pockets the coins and glances past you to the bar.
Wishes, there is a vacancy on my ship.
Redora's frown cracks to reveal a shy smile.
Yet another reminder that not every seaworthy vessel be crewed up to the standards of the sorcerer.
As the captain of the Defiant, I'm afraid I'm already taken, my lady.
Sientere, frero. Next time around the wheel, perhaps.
You do not seem to be having as much fun as the rest of the clientele here.
The fun ran dry with the coin.
She manages a wan
When
smile.
the dancers see more than an empty purse, I will be a content Radora.
He sighs up at the stage. Well, I'm afraid you're going to have a few more issues than that. Sir Zamar has sent me to collect a debt.
Merla, and he hired muscle.
Well, I am trying to be somewhat, sympathetic about it, but yes, I am the muscle in this situation. Redora takes a shaky step back.
Sientere, but you are too late to collect.
She holds out her palms and flinches at the blow that doesn't
A gang
come.
in the northern alley stole every coin. I cannot hire a crew, much less repay Zamar.
Redora slowly lowers her trembling hands. Interesting. Adair, didn't Zamar say something about him having pirate trouble? Could this gang be connected?
If they wanted Zamar to thirst for coin, it is possible. Botzos will regret it when I turn my cannons to their mast.
Redora raises her empty mug as the vow is struck.
Those the cannons you be waiting for Zamar to cast you? Because I'd be seeing more holes in that plan than in any Principe Mast's future or no.
His green eyes pry at her from over crossed arms. Why don't you tell me what happened, starting from the beginning?
Wizard lights drew me like a moth to the alley north of the Wild Mare.
Her eyes turned downcast.
The blow to the back of the head that followed, Marelight hurt.
She touches a spot behind her ear and hisses.
Then a wolf sat on my chest while a group of thugs went through my pockets.
A wolf?
It growled like a thunderstorm and drooled on my uniform.
Redora pats a stain on her
I
shoulder.
stumbled back here and traded all I had left for the comforts of the mare.
Cast a healing balm on her head. She reflexively closes her eyes and sucks in a breath as light from your fingers touches her scalp. Redora reaches behind her ear, this time wearing a grin.
Perfetto. The gods smile on you.
Trust me. Smiling is the last thing they're doing on me right now. No sooner does she say it than her own smile falters.
Blanca, but now I am sober again.
Well, there's not much I can do about that. Sounds like my quarrel is with this gang. Farewell, Captain Redora.
When you got their leader, tell them Radora sent you.
She raises her mug and winks. Whale might be smiling, he loves your chaos. True, but he's not really the one I'm talking about in this situation. Whale is Whale, and I've kind of given up on... There's no point in being angry at Whale. It's not like Skane. I'm legitimately angry at him, and I'm pissed at fucking Andra. Is that a fire godlike dancer? Alright, that's pretty cool. Ooh, what is somebody hid something down here? Hoana Charm Belt, plus 15% to stride, plus 1 to survival. Very nice. Hold on a second. Who's got... Let me see here. Survival 1, Survival 0, Survival 2, Survival 3, Survival 3. Probably got to put it on our Orlin buddy here. Seraphin. There we go. Magical gear is certainly showing up a lot faster than it did in the first game.
You want to speak with me? You do it in my room.
Okay. Does that name say Ymir? Yes, it does.
See something you like?
Oh, it's an elven prostitute. The dancer turns to greet you, a coy smile tugging at his lips. He's short for an elf, but no less graceful for his lack of height. His long face and dark eyes lend him a solemn air, but any hint of gloom is chased away by the wash of color in his cheeks.
This is the last place I expected to see you. Have your interests changed so much since our time at Bragon Hill?
Oh, shit. Oh, dear. Aloth? I like how his idle animation is a book, because it almost looks like he's trying to ignore this entire conversation. A grin lights up Ymir's face. He fidgets with his hair self-consciously, smoothing it down where it's been mussed.
No, I still enjoy tile puzzles and deflecting personal questions. Anyway, what are you doing here?
He looks away as though he's trying to ignore Ymir's eager gaze. Adair points affably in approval. Seraphin snickers quietly. Thoughtfully, Jyoti rubs a knuckle along the edge of her jaw. Oh, everybody is having a laugh at Aloth's expense. I'm sorry, buddy.
I could ask the same of you.
He laughs lightly, a hand over his mouth.
I make my own hours, meet fascinating people, and the coin's nothing to sneer at. Better than stuffy old books and unflattering robes.
He casts a critical eye over Aloth's outfit, opens his mouth to ask, but decides better of it. No, I'm not saying a thing.
It's good to see you again, Aloth. Anyway, I should get back to it. Be well.
He smiles warmly at Aloth, blush coloring the tips of his ears. No, I will not be sleeping.
Lovely seeing you.
He catches himself looking panicked.
Perhaps lovely is too strong a word. I meant pleasant. Perfectly agreeable.
He looks at you, chagrined.
I can see where I may have confused the poor fellow in our academy days.
Confused? Aloth, he seemed quite a bit smitten with you. At the same time, I can't tell if you were in a relationship with him or if you were just stringing him
It was
along.
right for his labor getting the lad to finger any flesh that weren't covering his spelly books.
Okay, yeah, no, that confirmed it. Thank you for clearing the air, Isilmir. I can always count on you to just suddenly embarrass Alof massively.
Did you enjoy the show? There's more to see, if you're interested.
I would say tell me about yourself, but I'm actually just kind of interested in seeing the back and forth between you and
I
Alof.
suppose. I was raised in the Adir Empire. When I was young, I studied to be an arcane knight. After an incident at my school, I left the continent and wandered until I found myself in Nikotaka. As you can see, I stayed.
What kind of incident?
A handful of my fellow students got up to a bit of mischief that ended with several people dead.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that's a bit serious. My apologies. The way you phrased it made it sound like it was only, you know, something of a bit of a problem, but no, that's a major problem. That's a major problem. His gaze lingers on the floor, the cushions, the tables, anywhere but your face. After a moment, he shrugs, offering no further explanation.
Did you enjoy the show? Till
Well,
later.
I think that'll be it then. Oh, good to see. Ooh, books. Poems of Ergwanfath, Nasitak Poetry, and The Moons of Aora. Well, if they're not going to stop me from taking them, I'm going to take them and resell them elsewhere. You have a name. A young woman reclines on the cushions, a hookah hose held delicately in one hand. Eyes closed, she sings to herself. Her voice is soft and inviting. She doesn't move when she hears you approach, but slowly opens her eyes with a lazy smile.
Lay your head on my breast. I will read to you the work of my favorite poet, Skilba.
Oh, okay, getting very... I mean, these people are selling their services, so I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that they're being very upfront with it. Tell me about yourself.
It's futile to attempt to summarize the whole of a person in simple words. How to capture their dreams, the desires of another. But I appreciate your curiosity nonetheless. I am an actor. Trained from childhood. Difficult for you to believe, I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't have a very good track record with actors. The last group of them I ran into all turned out to be murderous psychopaths, so... As long as you don't do that, you're already, like, 1,000,000 times better. A teasing smile pulls at the corner of her lips. Her voice is wistful, almost melancholic.
My troop were my family, and we traveled the whole of the Adir Empire, performing the classic literatures to cheering audiences.
Sounds a pleasant life.
The work was good when the crowds were grateful, and their pockets swelled with coin.
He gives you a pained smile and looks away. Sophie's eyes gleam with a dark amusement. Yeah, she likes the worldly surf and strokes his braided
I
beard.
found a more dependable application of my talents here. To touch the hearts of others with my voice. I could not give that up.
Bet your party killed more people than those murderous psychopaths ever did. Well, firstly, we had a reason to do that. Mostly. Technically. In almost every case, is somebody either hired us or we went after somebody who had already attacked somebody. I played a mostly good character, Negrotep. Don't be putting that on me. I did not play a crazy person. Well, aside from those guys that we killed to upgrade the weapon for killing the things with strong souls. But that was... Okay, yeah, I got nothing for that. But that was only like 3 people. That was only like 3 people. Also, they were all backer characters in the game. They basically didn't have... They didn't matter. Wow, that sounds bad when I say that. Holy shit. Moving on.
Have you come to hear some verse?
No, I have
Farewell.
not. Have a good night. I can't do anything about that yet. She's still over there. Herfwarts. The fuck? Questionable street food served to the adventurous or the starving. It started life as some kind of mushroom. It is probably completely safe to eat. Probably. Well, take it. Is it my fault there were so many people to kill? Wait a bit so she moves her. I mean, we will. I'm just... Let me finish exploring her. Oh, dear God. Okay, somebody's having a... Oh. I am suddenly very concerned about talking to this woman. The fire godlike woman polishes a pair of stocks, tending to them with the fondness of a mother to her favorite child. The room is dim, illuminated only by the glow of her steel-forged skin, and her eyes burn with the light of Magran's fire. I suppose that's true. You wouldn't really need candles or anything if you're a fire godlike. Your body produces enough light you not have to worry about it. When she hears you enter, she shoots you a look of utter
I will
contempt.
give you an experience you won't soon forget.
Well, Colormisk aroused.
I must assume the question beneath your question is how a fire godlike came to find herself in a place such as this.
I mean, I'm a death godlike, and I've ended up in God knows how many weird situations, so honestly, not really, but I'm always down to hear a good story. She leans back against a wall full of chains. They clank and rattle, and she smiles at the sound.
Perseverance. Being as I am, I have been forced to find it for myself. Now I teach it to others. To live in a world as a thinking, feeling creature, it is difficult. It demands strength.
And it seems like she's a devout practitioner of Magrin.
But we cannot always be strong. I help those who have lost their strength to find it again.
She wraps a chain around her arm and tugs. The steel links begin to glow red with forge fire where they touch her skin. Oh. As I said, consider me somewhat interested, but how much for your time?
300 copper. I know it's a bit more than most, but my service is like nothing you will find anywhere else in Neketaka.
Not right now. We are a little strapped for cash, but perhaps later. Wouldn't mind seeing the outcome of that. Who the hell are you, and what is in this back room? Go ahead and take that. Just to confirm, we're not losing any reputation or anything, so nobody cares that we're taking this. The burly dwarven man hums a jaunty tune to himself as he fastidiously organizes a collection of scented oils. When he hears you enter the room, he greets you with a smile and a humongous outstretched hand. His grip is strong and
Come to
sure.
seek ablutions for your sins?
That is the most stereotypical voice I could have imagined for a character that looks like that, but it honestly works. He slaps his knee with a bark of laughter.
Ablutions? Absolution? Ha! I crack myself up. Gets me every time.
He wipes a tear from his eye, still chuckling.
Massage? Bath? Whatever you need. Just ask.
How did you end up here?
Oh, you don't want to hear about that. I lived a boring life, so there wouldn't be much to the telling.
He crosses his thick arms over his chest, and a slight blush spreads across his cheeks. Nonetheless, I'm always down for an interesting story. I'd appreciate it if you could indulge me.
Truth be told, my real passion is pottery. Trouble is, I got these big hands. Not meant for delicate work.
He turns his hands palm up for you to inspect. Just one is easily large enough to cover your entire face. That's really impressive because Death Godlike have very large faces.
Worked out in the end, of course. Now I specialize in relieving tension in Amawa and Death Godlike.
He nods to himself. Interesting. I'll have to admit, though, you seem bored here.
I guess I can't hide my feelings as well as I thought I could.
Don't worry, dude. I worked in the service and retail industry. You'll learn to notice it. He gives you a nervous chuckle and scratches at his beard.
Stability's good and all, but I haven't seen anything that gets my blood pumping in ages. You know what I mean?
On the one hand, number 3 is definitively how my character would feel, but he tries to play it diplomatically, so I suppose what is life without a little excitement? I wouldn't fucking know because I can't go 5 fucking feet without something happening, but, you know, I know that not everybody has that problem.
Doing the same old thing day in, day out. It's enough to make a man leap from the nearest window.
He nods vigorously. If you're looking for something different, I'm always up for hiring additional sailors for my vessel.
Where to?
So, you know that 700-foot-tall statue made of Adra? I've been charged with tailing it.
No kidding.
He nearly drops the bottle of massage oil in his excitement.
I like to see something like that for myself.
He sighs, a wistful edge in his voice.
You think I could come with you? Just for a bit.
If you're up and you're willing to work, grab your things and let's go.
Hell, you don't have to tell me twice.
I just imagine your character having a mental step counter with how many steps he can take before shit goes crazy again. Oh! Oh, I thought he was just a... Oh! Wait, what? Sidekicks. Start out as unique NPCs integral to specific quests, complete with their own personalities and looks. They may offer to join your party as a reward for completing their quests. Just like companions, these new characters have a custom portrait and voice sound effect. However, unlike companions, they do not have their own vision quest and will not participate in the companion relationship system. Okay, okay. So they do give you a little more flexibility in what you can have on your party, but they're not central to the story in the same way that the actual companions are. sort of a middle ground between a custom-made NPC companion that has no story at all, yeah, a henchman, and this. 3 of the 5 side quests are related to the DLCs. Interesting. Well, since we're not going to be using him very much, we'll go ahead and keep him as a standard chanter. Is heavily connected to the Seeker, Slayer, Survivor, and has unique dialogue when there. Okay. If that's the case, Tenwin, please let me know when we get there, and I will use him there. You can go ahead and head to the ship, though, for right now, my dude. Please and thank you. Dock worker, commoner, dock worker, commoner. Oh, Queen's Birth, the Wild Mare. So that must lead outside. I also really hope I don't get in trouble for those little artistic things on the walls, because I'm pretty sure some of them were fully nude, and I do not need Twitch hitting me with a ban hammer just for having tiny, tiny pixelated titty on my screen. Who the hell are you? You have a name. A young woman finds a masseuse and claims he will use him. Oh, for fuck's sake, Brown Bear. I'd much rather have some time with that fire godlike upstairs, but we need to make sure we have a good income stream first, because we're already losing money every single day paying for our ship. The young woman lingers near the edge of the stage with a mug of ale clutched tight in her hands. Though she shows no interest in the dancers, the bags beneath her eyes speak to many long nights spent drinking in the tavern. She looks lazily about the room until her gaze alights on you with interest.
Have you seen an old elf hanging around here lately? Dresses funny, probably drunker than an eel in a barrel of mead.
I'm afraid I can't say that I have.
Thunderous crushing void, I thought as much.
She sighs heavily and pinches the bridge of her nose.
Listen, the guy I'm looking for owes me a lot of money. 5,000 coppers. You help me find him, and I'll give you 20%.
There are other prostitutes in the game. You'll spot my favorite. Does she happen to have white hair and is a slightly older woman, Lord Brown Bear? That would just be my guess. Why would the clever response be to leave? You help me find him, I'll owe you 20%. Who owes you this money?
The old goat I was pestering you about. Oswald. Like the credulous fool I am, I gave him a loan, and he ran off before paying me back.
Oh, great. Please tell me you're one of the not-so-crazy loan sharks who's going after somebody who you knew couldn't pay it back, but you stupidly gave him 5,000 copper anyways? 20%? Deal.
I can't thank you enough. No one's been willing to so much as tell me the date until you came along. The man I'm looking for, Oswald, was especially fond of one of the courtesans upstairs, Analis. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
Have you tried being nice?
She wasn't receptive to my particular charms. Let's see you do better. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
I have a few questions for you as
What do you want to know?
Who are you anyways?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. But hey, what the hell?
She rakes an impatient hand through her dirty hair. She sounds dear wooden. It's possible. Though we have seen some lighter-skinned Valians, so it's also entirely possible she's from there, just doesn't have the accent.
I'm one of the countless minor nobles that litter the Deerwood countryside. You know Admeth Hadret, hero of the War of Defiance? He's my great whatever.
You were completely correct, Lord Brown Bear. And what's the problem with that?
When people find out, they start doing weird shit. Calling me lady, opening doors for me, buying me drinks. Really, the title is a mockery. It means nothing to me.
And what's your history with Oswald? She groans theatrically, but she can't bear to recount the tale.
The man's a family friend. Has been for... must be 4 generations now. The perk of being an elf, eh?
And what does this Oswald owe you money for? She stares into the depths of her mug and sighs.
It's my fault, really. I should have known better than to believe that damned old drunk knew what he was doing.
Oh dear, did he run off on an adventure or something?
The man's a wizard.
Oh
you
no.
Understand, and a tinkerer. He convinced himself and me he could, with enough luminous Adra, create a device that would add years to one's life.
Adding life energy by stripping soul energy out of Adra sounds like a horrible precedent in this universe, so I have a feeling that that machine either A, does not work, or B, probably transforms you into something akin to a vampire.
Must have been a crock of shit, because one day he up and ran without a word of explanation or apology. I thought I knew him better than that.
Well, I'll see what I can find. Well, before we leave, I guess we better go talk to the lady upstairs again.
Have you come to hear some verse?
So, what's your problem with Khan?
Oh, her. Yes, she is persistent, isn't she? She barged in and began asking me all sorts of inappropriate questions about my customers. She grew incensed when I asked her to leave. She's no longer welcome in my room.
Annalise rings her hands and looks away, her gaze settling on her armoire in the corner.
I do hope she's not a friend of yours. Her manners are atrocious.
Well, nonetheless, she's on the lookout for someone named Oswald. Does that name sound familiar?
I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now, please leave.
She gestures towards her door and makes a shooing motion. We can insight, or we can diplomacy with diplomatic. We're going to go with that. What if he's in danger, or something else has happened? Do you not care about his well-being?
If I knew a man named Oswald, and if that man was in danger, I would still decline to be involved.
Ooh, that doesn't sound very good.
Now, is there something else I can do for you?
Maybe we can try something else.
I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now, please leave.
Interesting that we can do this again. It's clear you care quite a bit for him. Please, let me help. She chews on a knuckle, brow furrowed, deciding whether she should trust you at all. Then she sighs heavily and gives you a sheepish smile.
Oswald has visited oft of late. He's a sentimental old man, and he longs for the words of our homeland, Adir. I would often read the old epics to him in their original Eldadiran.
Odd that failed. I might actually not have a high enough diplomacy skill now that I think about it. I'll have to double check my character sheet.
He's grown paranoid recently, however, always muttering about the shadows following him and other such nonsense. It was quite unnerving, frankly. He came to me in a panic a few days ago and shoved his journal into my hands. He told me he'd be back for it, but I've not seen hide nor hair of him since.
Experimenting with luminous Adra, claims to be followed by shadows. I swear to God, if we somehow already stumbled upon a sect of the Leaden Key, I'm gonna fucking laugh.
I wonder. Perhaps his journal would help you find him. Here, take this key. You'll find the journal in my armoire.
Okay. No, my diplomacy is at 7. So yeah, it's weird that didn't work. Huh. Maybe it's just a case of it's just not a conversation that works. Oswald's journal. Godendag. This afternoon, I walked the streets of Nekataka and felt an unusual spring in my step. I cannot be sure if it's the fine weather of the archipelago or my great distance from the Deerwood and the blasted Goose and Fox Inn that has gifted me this buoyancy of spirit, but I'm grateful nonetheless. Did we know this guy? We spent a lot of time at the Goose and Fox Inn, but oh, whatever. I see no sign of the girl, Hylaea be praised. God willing, I've slipped her net at last. Aww. Mequin's dog. The shadows are strange here, seeming to move of their own accord. As I passed from Queen's Birth to Periki's Overlook this morning, I could have sworn I saw one turn to face me, then another. I fled the area as quickly as I could, and as far as I could tell, I was not followed. I have many enemies, as any man of a roguish, adventurous mind should, though none have cause to search for me here. I know these shadows must be a trick of the mind, but I am still uneasy. The final entry is written in a shaky, wild hand and clearly penned in great haste. Ritlin's dog. As I put me down to bed this evening, I heard a faint whispering beneath my window. I always leave it open to better catch the breeze, and thanks be to Hylaea for it, I might have been none the wiser. However, when I went to investigate, no one was there, and yet I know I heard voices. I may be old, maybe even paranoid, but I am not crazy. I must leave this place with all haste. Gods protect me in my flight. On the next and final page is the symbol of Wodaka, a broken crown scrawled in deep red ink. Fucking 5 minutes in a new goddamn city on a new goddamn continent, and I'm already finding the Leaden Key. God damn it. Ugh. Why do I have a feeling Khan has lied to me and either she's a member of the because his journal specifically says trying to evade a woman. It's almost like these cultists enjoy being slaughtered. Do you think I'll be able to bring up that I butchered their boss and then sent his soul back to the wheel so that he can no longer fucking reincarnate on his own? Or would they just be like, no, our Lord Theos couldn't possibly have had that happen, and there'll be some stupid bullshit.
Have you got any leads on that mad old goat yet?
Here's the journal. Khan flips through Oswald's journal, then stops and looks at you, eyes wide. Someone has hastily scrawled the broken crown symbol of Wodaka across the last page. Khan mutters to herself and traces the symbol with finger and frowns.
Oh, Oswald, you really stepped in it now, haven't you? Getting mixed up with Woodakins? You damned old fool.
She shakes her head sadly and closes the journal with a
Where
snap.
could they have taken him?
Yeah. There are countless bolt holes scattered through these islands and archipelagos. Do you think you could narrow it down somehow?
Not really. To be honest, I spent most of the trip out from Defiance Bay bent over the bulwark giving Andra a taste of my innards. I hate boats.
You and me both. Kana laughs a little, mostly to herself. She seems to only half hear you, her thoughts wandering elsewhere. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can all have a laugh at my expense, but I have a feeling I'm going to hate boats even more by the end of this. I love our boat, but I hate boats in general.
Damn, if only I could find that captain who gave us passage to the Deadfire. Bet he'd know. Wait a tick.
She blinks,
On
remembering.
our ship near Nekataka, the bosun told me about a weird temple on an island in the Karatapu Channel, southwest of the city. She wouldn't tell me what it was for, though. Got real spooked when I asked.
Oh, God. The party composition is called Peanut Gallery. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. All we need to do is find one more companion who likes jokes and they'll all be laughing at it. Seems a good as place to start as any.
Go take a look then and let me know what you find.
She marks the location on her map with
With
a
any
flourish.
luck, you'll catch the old goat there in one piece and we'll both leave here with some weight in our purse.
Yeah, Oathbreaker Temple. Oh, God, so... Oh, boy. It could be worse. It's not just the Leaden Key. It's the actual official Wodokan Church. Oh, God. Because it does occur to me, Wodaka is largely not liked in Deerwood because they are a nation that rebelled against Aedir, so it's kind of understandable that they don't revere the goddess of oaths and the goddess of, like, established authority. But it occurs to me that in other parts of the world, Wodaka is probably seen with a bit more favor. Ugh. Oh, God. Wodakins were... Suddenly a group rushes through the door. Surprise! It's the Wodakin Inquisition.
Too much salt in the air.
Not even my Vithrak darling.
A tiny minute falsetto per complancanet.
Wodaka is the patron goddess of Aedir. Yeah. Gunshot, you were expected. I expected your boss. I expected you. I literally have the soul of an ancient Wodakan Inquisitor inside of me. I always expected you dipshits. Let's see what else we got around here.
Keep your voices down, my cullies.
Ooh, grog. Ragged clothing, some salt. What you all talking about down here? What's going on here?
You want something?
No, just a bunch of kids hanging out on the dock. Willie. Oh. Some jade. So that clears out that area. You're not named.
The Queen is holding court today with the Valians and Rawatayans.
How long before they're killing each other?
Wager on it?
Grog for the hale and hearty. Can't go wrong with some grog. Okay. Oh, boy. Ooh, rooftop balcony. Daily arrivals and deliveries of crude and refined luminous Adra are carefully logged here. Interesting. Ooh, yep. Crate of crude luminous Adra, and that says quest item. Oh boy, can't wait to find out what I need to come back here for. Luminous Adra dust. More crates. Lots of luminous Adra dust. Even more luminous Adra dust. Holy shit. Even more luminous Adra dust, and even more luminous Adra dust. These crude shards of luminous Adra retain their unearthly glow. Cortina's voice finds you before she does, her bark of laughter and colorful directives resounding throughout the mill. She flits from worker to worker, offering critique and approval. When she finally spots you, a shadow of apprehension passes over her face, and she hides it with a
If you are
toothy
here
grin.
about the taxes, tell the Queen. Oh, you are not the tax collector.
No, I am not a godlike of... I guess Wodaka would be the goddess of tax collectors, wouldn't she? Yes, I am not a godlike of Wodaka, thank fuck. She narrows her eyes, her hand twitching at the hilt of a blade.
What business brings you to my mill?
Oh, I just was looking around. Who are you? Cortina leans in close, one prodigiously furry eyebrow
You
raised.
go around asking just anyone in Queen's Birth personal questions. Maybe you end up dead in a ditch. Have caution, eh?
Yes, but have you heard about death and taxes? That just tells me that Bareth and Wodika used to be a hell of a lot closer than they are now.
Lucky for you, I am a woman of honor.
She gives you a sunny smile and claps her hands
I
together.
direct luminous milling for the Valiant Trading Company. It's a nice job, huh? And I'm quite good at it. You want to know more? Buy me a drink first, per guano.
Cortina claps you on the shoulder, a playful smile on her lips. Yeah, they must have made the Orland slightly taller, because otherwise there's no way in hell she'd be able to reach my shoulder. And what is it exactly that you people do here? She looks about the room with an exaggerated wonder, her green eyes
Maybe
wide.
you cannot see through that thing on your eyes, huh?
She stands on the tips of her toes and leans forward, peering into your face. She laughs a little and runs a finger across the arm of the chair beside her, holding the finger up for inspection. It's caked in shimmering blue dust.
We mill luminous, of course. Take big chunks, break into smaller chunks, crush into dust-sized chunks. Per complancanet, it is really not so complicated.
She gives you a condescending little pat on the arm.
Good day.
All right, I get it. I'll get out of your people's way. Don't mind me. I'm just looking around. I'm a watcher. It's what I do. I'll let you know if I find any ghosts on your property. Is that another pet? Pet acquired. Where'd he go? There he is. Abraham. Reduces recovery penalty for armor. Ooh. And your party members will regain health when they kill an enemy. That's the first one we've had that hasn't just been a stat bonus. That's actually pretty good. We are already up to 4 pets. 4 pets. Sorted it by value. You could have it sorted by acquisition time. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Sweet. We can go a little bit longer. I'm trying to get as close to about a 3.5 hour stream nowadays. I want to try to add a little bit of extra time to our streams.
You're right.
Oh.
He does do that with his hands. Fie, 'tis roughing his precious spelling book that scares the lad. Or maybe 'tis notching his wee finger.
You gotta stop. My sides hurt. Oh, I miss this.
Surely you've spied how he's always brushing himself. He won't say, but he's afeard of seagull shit.
I forgot how everyone enjoyed talking to Isilmir more than they enjoyed talking to Aloth. Oh, poor buddy. Oh, I'm sorry, Aloth. I'm so sorry. To be fair, we tried to work things out with your other side, and nothing ever seems to... Ooh, another dog. That dog has an owner, though.
What's that thing is?
Yes, thank you for finding that. Why can I not... Oh, there we go.
Oh, hello. Welcome to my shop. It's such a pleasure to see a new face.
Sansa bounces back on his heels, a wide grin plastered across his worn
How
face.
might I assist you?
What do you do here?
I am a cartographer. I make maps. I'm not half bad at it either. And may the gods forgive my immodesty for saying so. If you need a map of any settled region of the Deadfire, I am your man. And my commission rates are quite generous.
Watcher has a whole pack of them following. I mean, we have 2 dogs, a cat, a spectral pig so far. And according to Tenwin, there's so many pets in the game, you can't even fit them all in your inventory. I will find them all. Every single one of them. Also, Lord Brambar, we got a message from a guy who talks about cutting pets up. So when we find that guy, we're going to shove his head into a cannon and fire it.
It used to be I would take to the sea and do a bit of charting myself. But I haven't the time. Too many maps need making. A shame, too. There's a whole swath of the Deadfire I've yet to see. I'm quite keen to write a book, in fact. Oh, but I won't trouble you about that. Excuse my nattering on, won't you?
Nice dog. I like pets.
You think so? He is a magnificent beast, isn't he?
Sansa's face splits into a broad grin, bright enough to light the room. The faint trace of a smile forms on Ader's lip. See, Ader, this dog is well trained. If you want to pet him, please go and pet him. Stop trying to pet things that are going to tear your fucking fingers off.
He's been a bit low lately. Between you and me, I think he's heartsick for the sea.
Do you sleep in here?
Sometimes.
He touches a hand to his forehead and blushes scarlet from neck to the tip of his
Married
ears.
to the work, you know? I just get so so engrossed in my maps. And next I know, it's morning.
Not to say, Lord Brownbear, if an Orlan gives him permission, okay, fine. What they do in their own time is none of my business. But yes, please, Ader, please stop trying to do it just because they look fuzzy, okay? The Orlan passes the Harkness test. You have to ask for permission before you do anything.
Sharing a bed with a few maps is a good sight better than sharing with Caleb, I'll tell you that. He always hogs the blankets.
He rubs the back of his neck. You said you're writing a book.
I'm putting together an explorer's account of the Deadfire. Or at least the part of it Queen Onekaza's tribe has laid claim to. My book will be the first of its kind. The Explorers Club will go mad for it. Or, well, that was the idea. It's a fiercely dangerous enterprise, in point of fact, and nobody will agree to chart the islands for me. You'd think ship captains would be a bold-hearted bunch. I offered fair recompense. I'm not exactly the most powerful fighter, or I do it all myself. Still, wouldn't it be wonderful? An explorer's guide to the Deadfire. Someday.
Well, I've never turned down a challenge, and I do have a ship. I'd be willing to lend a hand.
Do you mean it? This is... Wow! I can't thank you enough.
Seraphim strokes his braided beard. Jyoti's eyes gleam with dark amusement.
It's a lot of ground, I mean water to cover, and some of these islands are in very dangerous waters. Don't worry, I planned it all out. We'll get your feet wet first. With a little experience under your belt, I'm sure you'll get a taste for it. Nothing will stop us. I mean, you.
No, I'm not the cartographer. All I can do is bring you the information. This is a teamwork endeavor. I just understand that you're not exactly built for the whole exploration shit.
The idea is to explore all the islands that haven't been charted yet, or even named. That falls to you, Amico. You can't tell me you've never wanted to name your own island.
I've already done it once, but I will gladly do it again and again. I will explore every fucking inch of this map, and I will name every goddamn island on it.
I thought we could start with the waters around the company outpost at Port Maggi. There are 2 islands in the region, and nobody's taken much notice of them yet. Once you're back, I'll start filling in my map and adding your findings to the book.
I think we got
Captain.
one of the...
If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard.
A furred hand at his belly and one heel out, he bows deeply, drooping ear almost touching the
You're on a
ground.
tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person either. It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure.
Why don't you tell me about this gentleman of leisure?
The gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principi, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honors and an half to be chosen to join his crew.
I'm detecting a butt in there.
Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving the sorcerer, leaving the only family I've ever known.
Family?
I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family. And to me, that'd be better far than blood.
Ah, when you name the islands, you need to explore the unexplored islands. When you do, you get to name them. Cool. Cool. So why were you so willing to leave that crew to join
Now
mine?
don't sell yourself a Suole short, Cap, nor me neither. I know an opportunity when I board it.
He
I'd
chuckles.
seen what there were to be seen upon the gentleman, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of eye-openings.
Jyoti's eyes gleam with dark amusement.
And believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust.
Of course. Aloth rolls his eyes. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Everybody else thinks it's funny. Aloth is not amused. Well, so far, I've been pleased with your skills and your expertise. I'm glad you're with me.
I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found a perfect hiding spot.
Thank you for the gift, Seraphim.
You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've roundabout reached my limit for sentiment.
Fair enough. Where'd that go? There it is. +1 to Constitution, resistance to dexterity afflictions. Oh. The woman who recently wore this shackle came from an enigmatic tribe of pale elves. Little is known of their people, save that at some point her village was sacked by slavers and she was taken to the Deadfire. Aboard the slave ship, she was compliant but silent. Her captors were horrified to discover the woman's mouth had been wired shut, presumably as a child. Then she touched their minds. He travels southward. Watch the sky. Uneased, the slavers fettered the woman's neck with an iron Andra shackle they reserved for captured ciphers. and did their best to ignore her. When the ship arrived in the Deadfire, the slavers dropped anchor with several illicit merchant vessels to offload their cargo. When the woman was called to the auction block, she spoke to her imprisoners' minds despite the binding collar. Aothis nears, he will end it. Then she vanished, and all that remained were the shackles. Okay, that's creepy as fuck. Oh, it's a neck item. God damn it. Even in a game where they've separated out the capes and the neck items, I still get too many neck items. It's also, bluff and diplomacy is still better for me right now. Is anybody missing? Resolve's better on him. What does he have? Plus 15 max health. We'll just go ahead and give him the Constitution. I like that better.
For me?
It was a little... Okay, Aloth, that voice got a little bit high-pitched there for a second. These maps of the Deadfire Archipelago are incomplete, pocked with gaps denoting unexplored regions. Scrawled notes track commissions and work orders in progress. Tattered and torn, the maps depict the small region of the Living Lands. That's what the next game is about. Oh, he's got some stuff there. Flint and Tinder. He's got some books. Fireforge Path for the Hunt. Elementary Glenfathan, the Final Journal of Jonas. Select correspondence of Giftbringer. Even these scrolls have been painstakingly dusted. Among the usual cartographical tomes and manuals are a few weathered volumes of travel memoirs and fanciful adventures. Cool. And lastly, Monsters of the Dreadfire and the European Calendar. Yep. We've done all of that. He has unique... Oh, right. I forgot to actually... Shit. I forgot to actually talk to him about his merchant. Shit. I completely fucking forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Tenwin. He's got a very unique grimoire. Okay. As I said, our main problem right now is income. We don't have much in the way of money.
How might I assist?
Let me see.
Certainly. It would be my pleasure. Of course, it's mostly books and knickknacks. Maps I do on commission, you see.
Adventurer Grimoire, Snakeskin Grimoire. So, Eldritch Aim, Middle Edis Minor Missiles, Arcane Veil, Rolling Flame. Okay. And then Snakeskin Grimoire. Jolting Touch, Fleetfoot, Fetid Caress, Merciless Gaze, Noxious Burst, Delay of Motion. Cobra Strike, that's a new one. Summon Weapon, Nanasin's Cobra Strike. 17 to 25 piercing damage. Scaling weapon accuracy, damage, and penetration increases with wielder's level. Yeah. Allows them to attack and poison targets from a distance. Sounds like an unarmed technique. I mean, technically it is because it literally transforms your arms into writhing snakes. So you're not wrong. This is the only grimoire with that spell. Interesting. Also has Sitzel's martial power. Aldebal's black bow. So this is very much a Gish kind of build. It's got a lot of debuffs. It's got a lot of melee and range damage potential. Very light on the control spells and very light on the direct damage spells. Interesting. Pitfalls of the Deadfire. We'll have to get those at some point so I can read them. A Spyglass. Does not appear to do anything. Standard price of 1,000. He's marked it up to 5,000. Holy shit. Ancient Tablet. 0 CP. That's strange. So we have that Ancient Tablet and this one as well. This, you use them now and then on the sea. Oh, spyglasses. Oh, so they're another tool thing to have in your inventory. Also, wow, we're up to 8 viewers today. Holy shit. I'm glad I decided to stream a little bit longer before I got off. The fragile tablet was painstakingly etched in Gwithan runes several thousand years ago. The festival lanterns shine with a warm yellow glow tonight, bobbing on the light breeze from the sea. The young folk dance, feet stamping and smiles bright, a feverish joy light in their eyes. The old folk drink and tell tales of years long past, their laughter loud enough to shake the very Adra beneath our feet. And the children for whom we do this, our future, they steal sweets from the banquet tables, they wrestle and tease and fight as children ought. My soul swells with pride. Tonight, we celebrate the end of our work and look forward to new beginnings, a shining horizon where we and Gwithans and our Hawana brethren labor as one for the glory and illumination of all kith. Tonight, Poko Kohara, our masterpiece, sits resplendent, a testament to all the cultures have striven toward, all that we might gain. And yet, even if our calculations are sound and our construction sturdy, if the machine works as intended, it will be but one small step along the twisting road we must walk together. We can harness the power of souls. If we can control the cycle of life and death, the journey will be worth it, no matter how arduous or how long. But now is not the moment for questions of philosophy. Tonight we join hands and sing, and tomorrow the work of generations begins. At last it begins. Interesting. We definitely want that. He finds it useless. I'm going to take it. That didn't cost us anything. Interesting. Like, we know that the Deadfire used to be a center of Ingwithan culture because Andra specifically called out that it was a place that she was targeting when she dropped the fucking moon on the planet.
I already have one guest in my head. I don't need another.
Sorry, lad. Thought that chip on your shoulder were for all to see.
Do you ever have a thought and just decide to keep it to yourself?
More than you know, my dear mate. More than you know.
Of course he finds it useless because it's written in Ingwithan. Oh, right. We're the only ones who know how to read that shit because we awoke to an Ingwithan soul. Right. Who the hell are you?
Madiko, where is that spoiled brat?
Are you all right?
I'm trying to be the responsible one in the family, and it's a heavy burden. Laro is past due for a company meeting. Mother wants me to drag the elusive louse back by his ear.
She tucks the book under her
Must
arm.
be nice to be a layabout. Uncle Engbert would have tanned my hide.
I almost feel like if you don't romance Jody, she's going to end up with Adir. I feel like that's just what they're implying with how often the two of them have
I am angry and jealous in
their
equal
little-
measure. You'd think this district was a maze, the way he manages to hide.
She glances over your shoulder and sighs, then looks back at you with a sudden recognition. Like to tan her hide. Yeah, you got to do it with the southern accent, Brown Bear, if you really want to sell it. Yeah, you'd like to spend some time and tan her hide, yeah.
The spirit magnet. Sientere, that I did not recognize you. If you desire to get in the graces of the Valiant Trading Company, we can help each other.
How can I help?
Could I persuade you to watch out for Laro? I'd pay generously for your trouble.
Study her hands. Nera's been digging her nails into her ledger, leaving crescent moon-shaped impressions in the leather binding. She notices your interest and holds the book protectively close.
I'm concerned because Laro tends to feud with Orso, one of the local Valera rats.
I tell you what. Yep. I hate to say it, but you aren't exactly tearing the district apart looking for her.
Cossi, I only manage the family business.
She takes up her ledger with both hands, holding it like a
Better
shield.
to ask why Laro isn't sprinting back to look after his birthright.
What did you mean by a Valero rat?
The Valeras. A brood of sea vermin playing at nobility.
Oh, are they part of the Principi? She hefts her ledger as if to bring it down on a
We
pest.
squabble and compete, but Laro, the Pastenago, takes it too far.
I take it that your mother is someone of import to the trading
It's
company.
Sally Bardato. The Valiant Trading Company leans on her to finance their mission.
Ah, primary investor. And she's out here keeping track of everything, I'm
If
assuming.
only more of her offspring were as accomplished.
Nera raises her free hand and squeezes the bridge of her nose. If I happen across Laro, I'll let you know.
Would you? I'll be waiting at the estate in case he happens to return.
Nera thumbs over her shoulder.
Laro and his miscreant friends carouse at the tavern, the falls above the Adra Mill, and the southwestern bridge.
Well, we've already been to the area above the Adra
If you
Mill, so
see
he's
him,
not there.
Tell Laro to get his good-for-nothing ass back home.
Well, we do have this thing with chasing a rogue god to the ends of Aora, but I guess if it's on the way.
Hey, if Bareth didn't want me to get involved in all of the crazy bullshit that goes on, they'd have directly said as much. We got through to we got around to Theos eventually last time. We'll get around to Aothas this time. The world seems to just keep on spinning despite everything else that happens. That's the Valera estate. That's the Potato. Oh, you have a... Nope, you're just a commoner. Rautai plans to settle for good. I have concerns about her safety. Yeah, I mean, the Rautai are being a little bit imperialistic. The Valians are too, but in a more economic fashion.
Woe to those who labor in the shadow, for nothing is hidden from Aethys' divine sight.
Ivor the Bright.
Gone shepherds us all, traveler. Seek out his temple along the sacred stair, that thy path shall be made clear.
Well, you had a name, so I assumed you were important, but apparently not right now. So we've got the Valera estate, the Bardado estate, which we can go back to. Let's go ahead and check this back alley first. I've only got a few more minutes before I'm going to have to... Oh. Oh, no, it's just street performance. Oh, okay, using magic for street performance. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Some boxes of gunpowder. What have we got here? Broken bottles litter the cobblestones of this narrow street. The air is thick with the reek of dog scat. Ugh. Oh, some golden soul. I'll take that. What are you all doing? Wasn't enough, but it reeks of the dog. Okay, they're just playing. Yeah, they're just playing games. Some Svef. No, nothing back here. Maybe I'd have to come back at nighttime, because I could have sworn the lady in the Wild Mare said that she went to an alley north of here when she got mugged. Send a fireball their way. Love the small inscriptions on the small stones along the pavement. Night, yeah, the woman there is also a vendor. You can just wait. Oh, right, we do have a wait command now. I completely forgot about that.
Well met, stranger. If you feel like investing in protection, I'd be willing to trade iron for copper.
The armor presents you with a friendly smile. Your selection is fine, but I'm looking for even better equipment in the future.
I assure you that everything I sell is well crafted. But I will admit I'm not quite the weaponsmith that Marihi is. Nor do I possess Uto's expertise with firearms. Marihi you can find in Pariki's Overlook, the district to the north. Uto has a shop in the Brass Citadel, in the eastern part of Neketaka.
Well, nonetheless, let me see what you have.
Lots to see.
Ooh, okay. I don't want to have to read all of these right now, but good to know. Host of Shout, so it gives some AoE effects, some spells, +2 to intellect, +1 to religion. The Bleak Mother, +1 to perception, resistance to resolve, +10 accuracy. Gate Crashers, Reeling Blow, cone attack that sends targets flying backwards with a chance to stun, +1 to might. 15% chance to perform a knockdown attack against target with a critical hit. Hanging Storms, that helm is great. Hold on. Oh, Avenging Storms. Oh, right, it's that spell. Where anytime the person gets hit, they immediately call... Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah. Put that on a frontliner, force the enemy to fight them in a narrow choke point, and watch as they kill themselves by hitting you. And then a bunch of regular shit and a couple of fine pieces. That's all good. That's all good. Nothing that I'm really wondering about, though.
That's close enough.
The young girl narrows her eyes and reaches for a dagger tucked in her back pocket. Her cheeks are sallow, and she licks the edge of her dried lips. Even if she had eaten this week, you'd doubt she's in fighting shape. Here, you look like you could use this.
Agrasima.
She takes the egg in both hands and gently nestles it into a pouch.
My pains for an evening at least.
What's a kid like you doing on the streets of Neketaka? Something tells me that it is far more common than my character is understanding.
Nasenale. I've never had a roof over my head longer than an evening.
She cocks an eyebrow at you.
I guess cutting me loose was cheaper on my parents than a passage back to the Republics.
Oof.
Or a few bites of bitter squash.
Do you know anything about the local pirates hassling Zamar?
If they are the same ones who robbed Radora blind.
She drags her threadbare sleeve across her nose.
The boss and his wolf sleep their fun off by day, but by night, he and his Botso friends keep to the alley giving out bruises for coin.
She gestures off in the opposite direction. Farewell, kid. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. I need to go get ready for work, but thank you all for joining us, especially everybody who showed up. We had quite a few lurkers from what I was seeing on the viewership statistics. Thank you all for checking us out. I hope you do swing by. Next stream will be on Sunday for our big, long 6-hour streams that we do then. Thank you for the bits, Lord Brown Bear. How you enjoying the first district of Neketaka? It is going to take so fucking long for us to get through all of this, and I am looking forward to every single moment. We've already named our first island. We've already had our first ship combat. Failed miserably. I cannot wait to find out more. Cannot wait. We also need to make it up to Pallegina. She is our friend. We need to go find Pallegina. We need to make it up to her. I don't know what we can do to make it up to her, but we need to make it up to her. We partially were responsible for her getting exiled, and I feel really bad about that. I will say this. They did a great job selling it in your very first conversation with her where it's like, oh God, she is not having, like, her last few... Adir had a good last few years. Aloth's had a busy last few years, but Pallegina has had an absolutely fucking miserable last few years since we last saw her. We need to make sure we fix that. Let's go. Hold that up. Looking forward to Sunday. I am too, Tenwin. I am too. Also, do remember, next week is going to be the schedule as usual, but I am going to be traveling on the 21st, and I will not be back until the 28th. So we're gonna be losing a week of streams, unfortunately. But I will try to catch up as much as I can once I do get back. Can't wait to kill some Bazos. You missed the second Z, I'm pretty sure, in there, Lord Brownbar. I'm pretty sure it's Bazzos. But yes. Okay, we muted that, so that's not going to pop up. Raid. Let's see if anybody's on right now. Prophet Oreo is person is doing a blind playthrough of Rogue Trader. Okay, we'll go ahead and raid them. I think I've raided him before. I don't know, but he's no. Oh, he's just started the Rogue Trader, and it's first playthrough, so I don't think I've raided this person before. Let's go ahead and do that. He is literally just starting his Rogue Trader playthrough. He's fighting in the tutorial right now. So I will go ahead and raid there. I hope you all have had a glorious day, and I hope you all have a glorious weekend, and I will see you on Sunday. I hope you all have a good one, and thank you so much for joining in and joining us today. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so very much for showing up. It means a lot to me. Have a good one.